Good morning, everybody. Come on, what's happening? I know we've been sitting down for a long time. Please, in 1 minute, let's just rise up on our feet. In 1 minute, let's rise up on our feet. Let's stretch, let's move, let's shake our bodies so that we can be, alert and smart again. All right, thank you very much. Please, before you sit down, just welcome the person beside you once again. The person beside you, in your front, behind you, by your left, by your right. Just welcome the person. Welcome to Rose of Sharon Foundation Youth Empowerment Program. Come on, welcome somebody. Introduce yourself. Tell somebody your name. Tell the person what you do, where you live if possible. And like I said earlier, your ATM pin if it's possible. Because we are friends. So what are friends for? All right, thank you very much. You can have your seat. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my name is Sheyi Okewale, but I'm popularly known as Agbomola, really. But by special grace of God, I'm going to be the anchor of today's program, and it promises to be an exciting time. Thank you. Wow. Fine boy. Hi. All right. It's going to be a wonderful time here this afternoon, but first of all, please, in case you might need to answer the call of nature, what that means is in case you might need to ease yourself, please just go outside and turn right and go towards the back. That's where the convenience is. Okay, simple English, that's where the toilet is. All right, in case you might need to ease yourself. And again, please, because we have different people here from different places, I would implore us to kindly keep our phones on silent to reduce distraction, please, because somebody might want to get a particular point and your phone just rings at that time and the person is struggling. What did the speaker say? Please, let's keep it on silent. And please, as much as possible, let us reduce movement to avoid distraction. And like most of us have been doing, we are wearing our tags. Please, let's keep our tags on till the end of the event. It's going to be a wonderful time, I promise you. Tell your neighbor it's going to be a wonderful time. All right, thank you. All right, we are starting right away. And okay, please, let's do something. I know we are adults here, but it doesn't matter. We can have, a participatory event. The way I do things is I say a word, you clap once, pop. I say another word, clap once. Then after my statement, we'll finish it up with a round of applause. Okay, let's just quickly do rehearsal before I call the first person I want to call. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll do it together, sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, good. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to call on someone to lead us in opening prayer. Please, welcome with me, Pastor Stella Mofunaya. Good. Thank you very much. Pastor Stella Mofunaya, we are waiting for you for the opening prayer. Thank you very much. I love that. That's very heartwarming. I appreciate you. So I think the more we clap, the faster she'll get it. Please, let's continue. Come on. All right. Don't stop. Celebrate her. Our very beautiful mommy. Thank you.
Praise God. Please, can we be all standing as we pray? Your hallelujah is too cold. Praise the Lord. If you're happy to be here and you know that you're going to be great, praise the Lord. We are grateful. Oh, we are grateful, Lord. We are grateful. Oh, Lord. Hallelujah. For all you have done for us. Jehovah. Heavenly Father, we thank you. Daddy, we bless you for who you are. You have been our strength, our rock, our fortress. Daddy, there is none to be compared unto you. For a day like this, Father, we thank you. For the lives of all the youths that are gathered here, Father, we say thank you. For the lives of their parents, we thank you. Even for the lives of the orphans here, Father, we thank you. For the lives of the members and workers of Rose of Sharon Foundation, Father, we say thank you. Daddy, particularly for the life of the founder of this great foundation, we say, let your name be glorified in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we have gathered again this year. We are asking that you reshape our lives in the mighty name of Jesus. You that took Joseph from a known entity, and Father, you raised him. Remember your youths here today in the mighty name of Jesus. Any one of them that they have written off in their families, the way you promoted Joseph, Father, promote them in the mighty name of Jesus. At the end of today's gathering, Lord, you alone will take all the glory. You will take all the honor. You will take all the adorations. Father, for the lives of everyone here, I decree and declare that after today, when others are saying there's a casting down, they will always say it's a lifting up in the mighty name of Jesus. And I decree and declare that everyone here, you have become too relevant to be ignored in the mighty name of Jesus. So shall it be. In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, in the name of God the Holy Spirit, we declare this gathering open in Jesus' mighty name. Praise the Lord.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Please have your seat majestically. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so that we can make this event. Okay, I know some of us were wondering, those songs, are we in church? Are we in a church program? No, we are in a special program. But Rose of Sharon Foundation is a Christian organization, so we can't but acknowledge God. Thank you for your cooperation. I saw a lot of people singing and singing like a mass choir. That was quite impressive. Please, a round of applause for yourselves once again. All right. So that we can make this event, trend on social media. We can, popularize this event. Please, if you post any picture or you tweet, please let's use the hashtag ROSFYEP 2019. That's Rose of Sharon Foundation Youth Empowerment Program. ROSFYEP 2019. Thank you very much. All right, we have some special people in our midst to actually occupy this wonderful seat. We are all important. That's why we have this a special seat. Hold on. Thank you. All right, so we have wonderful people in our midst who are going to occupy these seats here. But first of all, I want to call on the Rose of Sharon Foundation ambassadors. These ones represent the interest of the organization, and they are always at the forefront of decision making of the organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Dr. Mrs. Stella Mofunaya. Come on. Don't stop until she gets to her seat. By my left, Dr. Mrs. Mofunaya, one of the ambassadors of all right. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Mrs. Tope Olushola. Come on. All right. She's on her way. She will soon be here. All right. Once again, let's welcome Mrs. Gladys Ifeozo. Come on. Mrs. Gladys Ifeozo, where is she? All right, I'm sure. Oh, wow, come on. You can do that. I didn't know she's close by. Are we getting tired already? Let's celebrate her now. Come on. Now, welcome. Please don't be tired, but we see I'm a long way. All right, thank you. I appreciate you. You all be appreciated by the special grace of God. All right. Once again, please welcome with me Mrs. Chidi Modupe. Come on the way. All right. And we also have wonderful people in our midst, our speakers for today. First on my list, I have in no particular order really. I have Mr. Adeni Sholabumi. Come on. Mr. Adeni Sholabumi. All right. I also have Mr. Okay. All right. So that we can relax. Just follow my conduct. Then if I do this, that means that side will clap. If I do this, so that we can. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not clap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome with me. Mr. Salami Michael. Come on his way. Is it? It's gone. Is he already? Come on. Wow. Sorry, sir. I didn't know that you are here already. All right. Also, welcome with me, Mr. Shola Bobani. Come on, Mr. Shola Bobani. All right. Also, welcome with me, Mrs. Esther Williams. Come on, everybody. Come on. Okay. Also, welcome with me, Mrs. Kendi Okorafor. Come on, appreciate our big auntie in the house. You're welcome, ma'am. We're happy to have you in our midst. All right. So right about now, we want to take all right, I'm a man under authority. All right. So please, let's also welcome Mr. Onifade Olarotimi. Come on, Mr. Onifade Olarotimi. Okay, I'm sure he's around us and will soon join us on stage. Also welcome with me, Mrs. Oluwadamilola Cole. Come on. Mrs. Oluwadamilola Cole. Thank you very much. All right. That being said, we'll go up on to the next agenda. Before I do that, I know majority of us here are students, or some of us, we were one student, some of us are still, studying. All right, how many Yaba Tech students are actually here? Yaba Tech students. Wow, you are the host and so scanty, all right. So people came from all over, wow. All right, so I'm sure it won't be wrong for me to say great Nigerian students. Are you sure we are still great in Nigeria? I remember the way we used to do it when I was on campus, with every energy, with every vigor. Greatest Nigerian student! Thank you. I don't want to go to the other, All right, let me just say something before I drop the microphone. I love teaching so much, and by God's grace, many years ago, I served in Nasarawa State, and I was teaching English. One of the days, I was teaching primary school, you can imagine. One of the days, I just wanted to test the IQ of my students. And if you have been to Nasarawa before, it's a mixed state where you have Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, And in my school, we had people from different places. So one of the days, I was teaching my students, I said, students, how many of you can actually form words with the letters of your names? And girls will always want to do, ladies first in everything. One girl, Uncle, hi. Uncle, my name is Hope. Hope, all right, let's go. Uncle, H is for happiness. O is for obedience. P is for peace. And E is for endurance. I said, wow, everybody gave me a round of applause. Then one boy was stopping me and said, Uncle, my name is Adeko. Huh? From where? Uncle, it's very simple. A is for Asala. D is for Donkwa. E is for Epa. K is for Kuli Kuli, and O is for Ofio. I say, what? Then meanwhile, another boy was just stopping me and say, Uncle me. All right, what's your name? Uncle, it's very simple though. My name is Callistus. Callistus? Uncle, C is for Callistus. A is for Alistus. L is for Listus. S is for Stos. T is for Tos. U is for us. And S is for I say, wow. I was so shocked. Then another day I was teaching them simple spellings. Then those that could spell it, we clapped for them, we encouraged them. Those that couldn't, I just, chastised them a little, flogged them. But I didn't know I was about to embarrass myself on that day. Then one of the students I flogged ran home to report me to his father. Then the father just came after break. Kofa, my son said you plugged him because he didn't know simple spelling. I said, yes sir, I actually flogged him and other people. He said, you the Kofa, are you sure if I give you something to spell, you can spell it? I was embarrassed. I said, Aboki, me, graduate. Are you sure you can spell? I said, yes. Are you sure you can spell? I said, yes. Oh, yes, spell. I opened my mouth. See, Kofa, spell it now. Kofa, please. Since that day, I couldn't close my mouth in class. And please, I don't know if anybody can help me here. I don't mind. I'll travel back to Nasarawa to go and, build myself. But who can spell? They're all laughing. Can't help me. It is well. All right, so right about now, we want to move up to the next agenda of our program, which is all right. Before I actually do what I want to do, please welcome with me, Mrs. Paul Rotua. Come on, one of our very distinguished personality. Please don't stop now. Don't stop. Make her feel welcome. Make her feel, people want me here. People are welcome. People are warm. Please. You can do better. Thank you. You are welcome. All right, please. All right. All right, please. We want to play a video, but before we do that, please let me hand over the mic to Mrs. Paul Rotua for a brief comment. Please welcome her, please. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Are we glad we're here? Okay. The next session that we're going to have is the opening address, the welcome address by the founder of the Rose of Sharon Foundation, in the person of none other than Mrs. Folorunso Alakija. She's not here yet. She's not here in the country. However, because of her love for her youth and the Nigerian youths in general, she decided to do a video to let you know that she's with us in this program, and we will just be listening to her welcome address. Thank you, everybody.
I welcome you all to the fourth edition of our Youth Empowerment Program, and this is the first segment for this year. We call it the year. Empowerment Program, and this is the first segment for this year. We call it the YEP Program, and it's been designed to equip graduates, undergraduates, job seekers, employed and self-employed youths in Nigeria with the knowledge and skills they need to support their families and become useful members of the society. The first and second editions of the program were restricted to the beneficiaries of the Rose of Sharon Foundation alone. However, we decided to extend the program to the general public in November 2018. Our goal is to empower Nigerian youths to achieve their individual potentials and contribute to the economy whilst reducing vices within our society. As it's often said, an idle man is the devil's workshop. Our target was to have 2,000 participants at this year's program. But as at yesterday, over 3,250 persons had registered online to attend. And I believe others have also registered on site today. However, I apologize that I'm not here with you physically, but as you can see, I'm with you in spirit. So here we are. The theme for today's program is reshaping the mindset of the Nigerian youth, a step towards the right direction, a step towards a better future. The United Nations regards youth as any person between the ages of 15 and 24. Wikipedia says this age group is about 34% of our estimated population in Nigeria as at 2017. Young people can offer the much needed human capital to speed up economic growth and foster sustainability in our country. This is because it is this age bracket that is naturally most physically active and productive. Other major characteristics of this age bracket is their sociability. People in this age group are also highly impressionable and subject to influences that can impact their future. If they are guided in the right direction, they can grow to become productive members of our society. However, if they fall into the wrong company, they may end up becoming a menace to the society. In Nigeria today, too many youths have been wrongly influenced by the get-rich-quick syndrome. This is evidenced in the high number of social vices being perpetrated by some members of this age group, some of which are kidnapping and armed robbery, prostitution, cultism, advanced fee fraud, also known as Yahoo or 419, drug trafficking, hooliganism, and thuggery. Other vices attributed to this age group are examination malpractices, rape, drug abuse, alcoholism, early pregnancy. In fact, the list is endless. Nigeria is in a situation that if we do not curb these negative mindsets in our youth of today, country will not have a befitting future. We must entrench our youth with the virtues of education, hard work, entrepreneurship, tenacity, patience, contentment, amongst many other virtues. It's only then that we can dream of a better future for ourselves and our dear country, Nigeria. For those of you who may be thinking of fleeing the country, trust me, the grass is not always greener on the other side. I'll tell you something. If you don't develop the right virtues, you may not be able to cope with the pressure of living abroad. Today, we have seasoned professionals who will be sharing with you information on how to better your lives and your future. They have volunteered their resources to impact your lives by sharing their wealth of knowledge and experiences with you. We appreciate and thank all our facilitators in the persons of Dr. Onyema Ikena Charles. He's the HOD of the Marine Science Department of the University of Lagos, and Mr. Adeni Sholabumi, a certified climate change expert and agribusiness development coach. Also, last but not the least, Mr. Ushola Bobali, a certified consultant, motivational speaker, and life coach. I trust that after today's session, you would have received life skills to help change your mindsets, to appreciate the potentials that are bound all around you and the opportunity that you can tap into. Lots of opportunities, they are with you. I encourage you to give this life-changing program all the seriousness it requires. Make sure you take notes and make the best use of the information you're getting free of charge today. On behalf of the Rose of Sharon Foundation, I sincerely thank the management of the Yaba College of Technology, who have continually supported us over the years. I also commend all the staff of the foundation for their hard work and commitment to the cause of this program. Once again, I welcome you all to today's session and urge you to get involved. Thank you. God bless you.
Come on, tell someone beside you, get involved. Say it convincingly, get involved. All right, so mommy has admonished us. I know a lot of us, we are just waiting for the, slightest opportunity. Like the guys will say on the street, Mufe Jakpa. You want to Jakpa. The grass is not always green on the other side. But if you develop yourself, who knows, if you end up being the Mark Zuckerberg of Nigeria, who knows? So don't underestimate what you can do, because every seed you need to grow is inside of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mr. Shola Bobani. Come on! He's one of our facilitators, and will soon be coming to do something. He's coming all the way from the back, so please let's encourage him till he gets on stage. Come on, you can do better. Thank you. Wow, he's so cute. Almost as cute as I am. Come on, you can appreciate him more. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let me just give him 1 minute to sit down before I call him up. All right, once again, like I said I served in the north, and Hausas are very wonderful people, very hospitable, and do you have anybody from the north here? All right, very wonderful people. Then one of those days really, PACN, they are everywhere. They are not only in Lagos, they are everywhere. So one afternoon, a PACN official wanted to go and cut an Hausa man's light. The Hausa man was sitting down watching him. Okay, let me see what you want to do. The man climbed up. As he climbed to the top of the ladder, the Hausa man went inside to go and bring a very strong bow and arrow. He said, "You want to cut my light? If you cut my light, I will fire you. If you don't cut my lights, I will fire you. If you come down, I will fire you. If you don't come down, I will fire you. Please, what should the never man do? The man was begging, oh yeah, no go cut down. No, if you don't cut down, I will fire you today. All right. I don't know if Mr. All right. Please, also welcome with me once again, Mrs. Esther Williams, Sonny. Please come on. Mrs. Esther Williams, Sonny. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let me say something. There's a special gift for the first 200 people that came early. So punctuality will be rewarded here this afternoon. So in case you came early, by the time we get there, we'll let you know how it's going to be. So that's why we always encourage people, don't always do African time. In Nigeria, we can't start on time. So please, today we are going to reward the first 200 people. I was wowed when I was given the number. All right, so right about now, I don't know if Mr. Shola Bobani is ready for me. All right. Okay, while I'm waiting for Mr. Shola Bobani. Okay, before I call him up, let me call on outstanding Rose of Sharon Foundation students. When I mean outstanding, I mean outstanding. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Dr. Okpeoluwa Akiyemi. Come on. All right, let the president have a seat here. Then also Miss Doinsola Popola. Come on. I also have Dr. Antonio Motunrayo. Dr. Antonio Motunrayo. Please, let's welcome them. Then I also have Miss Adesoya Adewumi. Come on. Then I also have Mr. Ahmed Mabadeje. Come on. All right, I run this again, but last time, Dr. Okpeoluwa Akiyemi, are you here? Please, right here signify. Thank you. All right, Miss Doinsola Popola, are you here? All right, thank you. Then, Dr. Antonio Motunrayo, are you here? All right. Miss Adesoya Adewumi. Then Mr. Ahmed, you're obviously Mr. Ahmed Mabadeje. All right, thank you. So I welcome Mr. Shola Bobani to anchor this session. Come on, a round of applause for him.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, great Nigerian students. Good morning. Yes, that's more like it. My name is Shola. They mentioned that to you. And it's a privilege. I feel it's a great honor. Okay, thank you very much. So it's a great honor to be in your midst this morning. By profession, I'm a human resources consultant. And speaking to great minds, like is also something I have, over the years, derived passion in doing. So it's a great honor once again to be speaking to you guys. And before we go into this session, I just want to mention something to you. I don't know why you're here. And I think maybe some of us walked in here not thinking about it. I don't know what your motive was coming here. But I want you to rejig your mind right now and say, I am here for a purpose. And I'm here to take something. I'm not here to add to the numbers. I'm here to take something tangible that will affect my life and the lives of those around me. It's not just about, oh, I was there. And I don't know how many of you came here because you probably felt you'll be sharing money here today, since Mr. Alakija is coming. So please, I want you, like I said, rejig your mind, and please, stay focused. We won't take much of your time. And learn what is valuable, what you will take away from here that will change your life for the future. Thank you very much. Okay, how many of us do we have here? 3. Okay, we're expecting 5. Okay, good. So let's just move on. So can we introduce ourselves again, especially to the audience? I know they've called out our names, but once again, let's just...
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shola. First, I'd like to say a very big thank you to the foundation, and particularly Mrs. Kolonsho Alakija and Absentia, for giving me this privilege to stand in front of, or to sit in front of the next generation of leaders. Thank you very much. My name is Jointola Popola. A recent first-class accounting graduate from the University of Lagos and is soon to be chartered accountant.
Wow. First class, you said, first class. First class is not easy.
Good morning. My name is Akemi Okolo, graduate of Medicine and Surgery, University of Lagos, currently doing my housemanship in Louth.
Sorry? You didn't hear him, please. You didn't hear him.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now? Okay, my name is Okolo Akemi, graduate of Medicine and Surgery, University of Lagos, currently doing my housemanship in Louth. Thank you.
My name is Mabadeje Ahmed Hayawale. I'm an entrepreneur and also a business development personnel. I'm a graduate and also have my master's degree.
Oh, interesting. Great. So, I think we need to, the people here need to know why you're here. Why have we called you out? Why? What has the journey been so far for you? Why are you the ones here? Do you want to tell us a story? Or maybe I should share this. The 3 of them happen to be, for those of us the 3 of them happen to be children of widows. Am I correct? Widows who are beneficiaries of the foundation. Yes? Do we have a clear picture now? So they are not movie stars or celebrities. So we need to know. So tell us, what has the journey been so far?
Okay, so personally for me, I kind of lost my dad at a very young age. I think I was about to enter secondary school then, and it was kind of it's still not an easy journey actually, because coming from a home where your dad basically did almost everything, and then you had to hand over to like your single mom and everything. But I didn't take that as a sad story to myself. I took it as an opportunity for myself. So till today, whenever I want to do stuff, I kind of see that as a great motivation, because anytime I think about my mom, think about all her effort, and think about the foundation and the fact that they've invested a lot in me and I cannot but deliver, it has always been my source of motivation. So my story, yes, they said I graduated with a first class from the University of Lagos, and basically, I don't know what I was supposed to say, but it was a kind of game, and then I just played the groups. That's what I'm going to say. Not really something.
Where did you graduate from?
University of Lagos.
University of Lagos. Fantastic. Okay, great. What of you?
Well, I lost my dad at a very tender age. I would think I was in GS3. And one of the major factors that kept me going was the fact that he had high hopes to, that was my dad, and for some reasons too, because he was also an orphan at a very tender age, he had to derail from the dream of becoming a medical doctor. So when he died, that was the first thing that dropped in my mind, that, is this also going to repeat itself? But against all odds, I was determined to make my mom proud, and then the foundation came in, so it made my work easier. All they did was just to pay my school fees and all, and I had to just concentrate on my studies, which I did. So the journey so far, well, hasn't been easy, but looking back, I'm grateful for everything. I mean, of the true hard work, paid, and dedication. Thank you.
Okay. I'm an orphan. Yeah, I lost my dad in 1999. I was XS1, going to XS1. And 10 years after, I lost my mom. So I'm the first out of 4 children. So I look back, I'm like, I have a lot of responsibilities. Okay, I get admission into University of Learning. That was 2002, 2003. No mentorship, nothing. I was just, okay, I worked on my own to pay my first school fees in Uni Learning. But I wasn't guided. So I was like, I played all around. So I realized that my education wasn't going smoothly. Okay, in learning, they used to say that when you fail, you face tanking. So
Face what?
Tanking. Tanking is a town in learning. That's you are going out of the school. So I actually faced tanking. So I started again. I was writing down papers, admission, blah blah blah. I thought of it like, okay, where would I start from? Because I don't have anything like I must go to school. Because I have the belief that I'll get there. So I had a pastor that said, do you believe in yourself? I said, yeah. Okay, as a foundation, those of Sharon Foundation, you can go, they help orphans, widows. Okay, I'm a Christian. I pay Hamid while I'm a Christian. I attend reading. So I got it from.
Are you doing marketing?
I'm just telling myself. Anyway, to cut the story short, I went to a school in Cotonou. It's a French school. Basically studied French. So I studied French. I studied marketing in French. So now that I just studied English, not good degree. And in my school, they relate with Nigerians curriculum. So I graduated with a second class upper in marketing. Well, while I was in school, I wasn't just in school. I was also, trying to look at what I can gain from that country. Cotonou, they like doing cars. So that's why I learned how to do car business. So
That's part of what you do right now.
It's part of what I do. I sell cars and also I venture into agro trading. When we get there, we'll talk more about this.
Wow, fantastic. A round of applause for him. There's anything common to all they've said is education. And well, aside the fact that he's an orphan and the other two don't have their mothers. But then education is, yes, thank you, sir. Education is why they are where they are today. Yes? So, Doya, I want you to tell me, I know you have a first class, and I know you also got involved in this program that took you outside of the country, yes? So, do you want to share that?
Thank you very much. So, while on campus, I think in my year 2, I kind of wanted something beyond classroom. And that's what I'm going to say. So while you're on campus, where you're trying to build your degree, you have to look beyond, because to be honest, there's like a wide gap between theory and practice. So I kind of wanted something beyond the classroom environment, because I'm the kind of person that I'm an enthusiast. I always want to learn. I'm knowledge hungry. So I always wanted to I wanted to apply for internships, so many other things, just to get out there, to make things easier for me. So coincidentally, I met a group of students who were like me. They wanted something, because yes, I studied accounting, but I kind of discovered myself that I wasn't that kind of stereotype person. I wanted accounting. So somehow I found myself in finance and investment. And then coincidentally, I said I met friends that also wanted to do more for themselves. So we kind of formed like a society, the Investment Society University of Lagos. That's like the first of its kind in any Nigerian university. And because of this, we're able to develop a platform for ourselves. We're able to like relate with industry players, team players, industry mentors, so many people that really wanted to guide us. And I don't know if you guys have heard of this CFE Society. It's a professional exam, one of like the top professional exams in the world. So they have like a society in Nigeria where they have like few chartered members. So basically, there's this competition they do. Yeah, while I was on campus, I did like so many competitions for the school, for the university, and so many other things. So we just got into this. I got into society. I was doing my thing, and all of a sudden, my staff advisor, who happened to be like a doctor, just called me that okay, doing what's up? There's this competition. It's like a research competition. You have to research on a company, value the company, give a target price, and make like a compelling investment case. So I'm like, okay, let me just see how it goes and everything. So we started like August last year. It was like among different universities. So I think they were close to like 20 universities, University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, even as far as I think Maduna University, universities that were like outside the Southwest and everything. So we got involved, we did our thing, put in hard work. It wasn't easy, truly, working with like a team of 5 people. But I think we got through the reports phase, because they had, the competition is in like 2 phases. We have like the reports phase, we have the presentation phase. So after the report phase, basically we got through to the final stage, that was the presentation. So we had to present, it was even at, I think at Civil Towers here, to like different head of top banks in Nigeria and everything. Yeah, we were scared, but we pulled through, and then because we won, we were also privileged to represent Nigeria in Switzerland, which we just came back from. So yeah, the competition was kind of tough out there, but we are happy that we put Nigeria out there, because that's like the main thing that really happened. So we got to the semi-finals, but 1 or 2 things happened, and then though we had the best representation, but I think they had to give it to another country. But basically that was it for the competition.
Thank you very much. Maybe you gave Nigeria a good representation, of course. I still want you to again tell those who are listening to us, because it's possible that people are here and their minds are not here. Yes? So if your mind is not here, raise your hand. Thank you. So tell us, now, you graduated when?
Okay, so I graduated last year, but because of our social strike, I just graduated like 3 weeks ago.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow. So in this era of where you have social life is at such a peak that for a lady that is as beautiful as you, what you probably be doing right now is, going online and slaying. Yes, that's what they do right now. They are slaying and killing all manner of. I don't know what they are slaying, but how did you cope with pursuing a first class, and you could have excused yourself and said, "Oh, I'm the daughter of a widow. I'm struggling, and I'm sure my mother needs some form of support." How did you go through that?
Okay, thank you very much. So sorry to shock you guys, but like I'm not an ideal first class student. I go out, like I have friends.
Wow.
I'm very, very social. If you go on my Instagram page, I slay.
You slay. Oh wow! A round of applause.
So I'm not like an ideal first class student that will sit in front of the class. I didn't have.
No, you've told us you slay. No problem.
You understand? But I'd say try to use like the media world to your advantage. And that's what like a lot of youths get, that's what they kind of mix up at some point. Because they just go there, just faff around, and they try to like measure their life with another person's post or something. So me, when I do it, I just do it for fun, just to relax. So I think everything still falls down to like time planning, managing your time properly. If you have 24 hours in a day, you can't tell me that you cannot take 1 hour to like just enjoy, like just to relax, talk to friends. Because you realize that when you start pursuing career, you look back and then you be like, all my friends have left me because I was pursuing something, and then you're alone. And like that's not really what everybody wants to achieve. So yes, while you're on campus, while you're chasing your degree, trying to get so many other things, manage your time properly. Have time for friends. Make friends that will help you. Make friends that will make you relax. Come on, this life is too long. Like you really need to just take a chill pill and then just enjoy the ride. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Enjoy while you have the time to.
Wow, interesting. Okay. Okay, you are a medical practitioner, a medical doctor, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so in what line of medicine are you in?
Okay, first, you learn everything in med school, and after you graduate, for me, I want to be a surgeon, and to be specific, a urological surgeon. Those are people that specialize in the urinary tract and male reproductive organ.
Interesting. Urology, you said?
Yes.
That's urology.
Yes.
Why that field?
Okay.
I'm sure you had different opportunities to, you had different things on your table for you to pick from. Why did you choose urology?
Okay, first, when I got to medical school, one of the main things that drew my attention to medicine was the story of Ben Carson. So I wanted to become a neurosurgeon. And then I got to school in 200 level. We do what we call neuroanatomy, where we learn about the brain and spinal cord. And it was all Greek to me. And then I had to tell myself that this doesn't look interesting to me. I'm just going to be limited to the brain and spinal cord. So I decided to look for other options. I knew practically I wanted to be a surgeon after med school. But what field of medicine was what I needed to decide. Then I wanted to be a general surgeon. My mom had always wanted me to do something else. Yes, she still feels she has some influence. But then I looked back and I thought to myself, my dad actually died of kidney-related issues, and during my medical training, I see lots of people coming down with kidney issues that needs kidney transplant. As we speak, I don't think I can count up to 15 centers in the whole of Nigeria that does kidney transplants, and even those centers that do them, they have to bring in either Egyptians or Indians, and I feel that is very, very, very terrible. And I thought to myself, every now and then someone is asking for money on Facebook or Instagram for dialysis. So why can't I do something in that light? And then I applied abroad to do an internship in general surgery with prayer, and urology was my second choice. But for some reason, they kept delaying that they haven't found someone to take over my training in UK for general surgery. I said, okay. Then, my second choice, processes now, which was urology. Apparently, the interest in urology came when I was doing my surgical training in school, and I had to assist in my first ever surgery at age 20. And so since then, I'd always loved that aspect. And in 1 or 2 days, they had called me back that they found a top UK diagnostician that's interested in you and would love to take you part of our training. So getting to UK, my first week in urology training, I knew that this is where I belong. So coming back, I found myself a mentor, and that's why I'm pursuing urology.
Wow, a round of applause. That is so motivating. Wow. So tell us, now you said you noticed, you've seen the health sector in Nigeria, and it's a sorry state, if I'm being modest. What are your plans? What are your future plans? As somebody who has seen the dire state of this sector, what are your plans in whether you want to revamp or doing something different? Not just in your line, but in healthcare generally.
Okay, basically that has been a very, very big issue to me, because we can like to paint the picture here and there, but if we go out, we'll know that we haven't started. And series of governments have been paying lip service to healthcare reforms. I could remember the Abuja Declaration of 2000 that at least 15% of our budgets must be devoted to health sector. Up till now, the highest so far was Goodluck Jonathan, 5%. Buhari hasn't done more than 4% of our budget. Secondly, again, before they passed the National Health Act, it was passed in 2004, before it was processed and everything, and then came into limelight was in 2014. That was 10 years after it had passed. And since 2014, there's nothing to write home about the Nigerian insurance system. And every day, Nigerians suffer. So we can keep talking about the problem, but for me, I've decided that I'm going to make this as an opportunity to help Nigeria. How? First, I know I need to leave this country. I need to get the resources. When I mean the resources, in terms of education and money, because of a truth, doctors are badly paid in Nigeria. And then with the education God thing, I hope to be an academic. I hope to actually be a professor impact in medical students. And from there, who knows, I might work with UNICEF, WHO, and see how we can actually raise a trust fund. Because I feel that government alone cannot do it, and it's a shame that the private sector are doing little or nothing. It's only in Nigeria where we leave everything to government hands, because abroad, government really do nothing, or there's a synergy between the public and the private sector, and I think that's what they are trying to introduce. At least government know now that they can't do everything. So my own is that, okay, how do I bring in private sector? Is it by making a proposal that let there be an increase in 1% tax and let it be channeled towards the health sector? Because if we are saying 350 billion naira a year for health sector, no, that won't go anywhere. Yes, we can compare ourselves to US, but US only government revenue into health is $1 trillion a year. You can see we haven't started. So we need more than what the government is offering. And my own is, how can we bring in the private sector to help? Even if it's just the basic, we're talking about primary health care, if it's functional, I think it will reduce a lot of these diseases. We're talking about malaria day this week, and malaria, after all the noise, is still greatest killer of children in Nigeria. So we haven't started. Even if it means that, okay, just tackling malaria and tackling it finish, if that's what we can achieve, while with the private sector, I think that's enough. I think that's enough.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before I move on to Ahmed, I want to introduce Dr. Antonio Muturayo. Antonio Muturayo, Dr. Antonio. Yes. You're welcome. So you need to first off apologize to people who had been waiting. Yes? How are you?
Fine. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
I'm very, very sorry for coming so late. Like, I got stuck in traffic. I'm very sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome. So introduce yourself to... Take your time. Do you want me to give you some time?
I'm Antonio Muturayo Emanuela. I'm a medical doctor. I'm from Lagos State, Lagos Island. I'm the third child of 4 children. I'm currently doing my internship in Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Ikeja.
So another doctor in the house. A round of applause for her. So what area of medicine are you into?
Okay, presently I'm doing my internship, but I plan on going into anesthesia to be an anesthetist. Those that
are
work
the
with
people
the surgeons.
that numb people. The ones that numb people, yeah?
Yes.
Huh?
Doing surgery.
Doing surgery, yes. They numb you so you don't feel anything. Go on, yes. So why that?
Okay, during my training in medical school, I loved anesthetists. I loved the fact that it's not only the fact that you can only work in the theater, we are also needed in intensive care units. So those that have traumas and they need intensive care, those with critical care conditions, we also need them. I realized that in this country, Nigeria, we really don't have enough anesthetists. We have anesthetists, but we are not enough. So I love the field and I enjoyed it.
Wow, fantastic. Please encourage her, please. So you are doing your internship right now. So after your internship is?
Okay, after my internship, we do 1 year NYC. Then I plan on, like my colleague said, to also leave the country.
Wow.
To gain more experience and to build my field, but to come back to Nigeria, of course. To come back and to be an impact back to Nigeria, the health sector.
Wow. It seems that's the rave of the moment. How many of you want to leave Nigeria? No, I'm serious, sir. Are you people serious? Okay, wait. So if you guys, who will remain? They said me, only me. I should stay. That's interesting. Ahmed. Okay, I'll stay. I'll stay, no problem. If that's your wish for me, I'll stay and fight and develop this nation. All of you will run away and we'll see. Hey, everybody, not even one person saying I'll stay back. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Ahmed, tell us. You are into entrepreneurship. Do you also want to leave the country? Okay, you've been to Benin, so you have left before. So
I've already gone farther than Benin.
Far and beyond.
Yeah, I've gone to Dubai.
Wow.
To South Africa.
Why did you come back? These people I'm seeing, if they go anywhere, I don't think these ones will come back. The way I'm looking at them. Why did you come back?
I love my country.
This guy deserves an award. Honorary award. National award.
Because I realized that what I do in my country, I can't do it outside the country. Because I work here and make my money. I go out there and enjoy myself and come back.
And again, I'm sure, even if you decide to run, I'm sure your family is here, isn't it?
I have siblings. I'm not married.
You're not married yet?
Single.
Are you advertising for it? So for you think home is home?
Yeah, no place like home. Because if you go out there, fine, they might have a lot of facilities and all that. You cannot be treated as one. You can't, because okay, I drive in the street of Nigeria. I can harass a police officer like, why you to pay me, what, but you can't try that outside the country. And there's no place like home.
Wow, I am so moved. So it's not, what's funny? Because the mindset of the average youth, especially for those who have not been opportuned to leave the shores of this country, the mindset they have is that it is greener on the other side. And I wanted to ask Mrs. Alakija, I wanted to ask her at some point that, why are you still in this country? Despite, your status, why did you not give up on this country? I wanted to ask, and I had that opportunity some time ago, and I didn't. But then looking at a program like this today, it answers that question. She's here because this is home, first off, and you cannot run away from home, in the sense that this is your foundation. This is where you have your family, whether you like it or not. Even if we decide to leave, like Okwe has decided, and also Dr. Antonio, like they have decided, the fact remains that when you leave Nigeria, you still leave it in that sorry state. But you have the opportunity, whether now in your case you have left, you have the opportunity. The reason why you have left is because there's an opportunity there for you to learn certain things and to bring them back home. Otherwise, if you, myself, and all these guys decide to leave Nigeria, who is going to build this nation? Who? Buhari will build it. I'm amazed at your generation, really. I'm amazed. Okay, talking about the Rose of Sharon Foundation. You guys have benefited one way or the other, yes, through the foundation. Through the foundation helping you with your schooling, your education, and what have you. What do you have to say about the founder, Ms. Alakija herself? You have the mic, Ahmed, so you can start. Okay. We don't have much time.
Mrs. Olonsho Alakija, I fondly call her G-Mama. It means godmother.
G-Mama.
Yeah. It means godmother. To me, she's gregarious, she's generous, helpful, she's kind.
Wow.
She's a woman of God with a large heart. She has liberated the hopeless. She has helped people vastly, especially me. Because I thought the world is over. But here I am today. I'm proud of myself.
Moturayo, what do you have to say?
Mrs. Falon Shalakija, I appreciate her a lot. She's an amazing woman. She's a role model and a mentor. This foundation has been of great help, and that's because of her. I actually gained admission to LASU like about 5 years when I lost my dad, and if not for this foundation, because at that period was when they increased the school fees from 25,000 to about 350,000 naira. So that was a very big challenge for me. And I wanted to study medicine because my dad was a doctor, and I wanted to say, okay, yes, I was inspired by him, I wanted to continue, but I lost all hope because my mom was just a secondary school teacher. Where is the money? But during that period, my mom got to hear of this wonderful program, and we enrolled for it. So if not for this foundation, if not for Mrs. Falon Shalakija, I wouldn't have been able to go to the College of Medicine. So she's an amazing woman. She's a woman of substance. She's a virtuous woman. And I think God is very good.
Wow, that's very good. Good to hear. And I know you two also have similar testimonials or testimonies to give about this woman. But since we are running out of time, between you, Doye, and Ope, I want you to. You have gotten so far in life. You have gotten here. And I'm sure there are some people who are still in school here, who are, looking up to a better future. What advice do you have for them? Because you are all growing up, you are all going to be in the same generation. Yes, you are of the same generation rather. So, what advice do you have for them?
First thing is that they mustn't forget their source. And when I mean source, I mean God Almighty. Because it's the one that's the father of the fatherless and the husband of the widow. And with God, all other pathways can be opened. Secondly, we have to be focused. In a generation where we are distracted by almost everything, we must not lose our eyes off from the shore. And in being focused, we must understand what exactly we want from life. Whatever happens to us might not be our doing. If at all it was our doing, it's a mistake and can be pardonable. But how do we come out of it is what really matters. We must remain focused on what we want. We must also, because this generation also, we are influenced by our peers. We must choose the right people we associate with. Let it be people with like minds. Above all, we must be hardworking. Hard work indeed pays. There is no shortcut to success. Any shortcut to success, the success won't last. For a long-lasting success, there has to be hard work. So the three would be God, focus, and hard work.
Okay, one thing I always tell my friends and the youth is, okay, the kind of generation we are in, everything is kind of fast-paced. So people want to make money on time. They want to get to the top on time. They want to put themselves under unnecessary pressure, even if it means doing anything. I always tell people this life is a roller coaster ride. Just sit down, enjoy the ride, do things you have to do. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. People, according to what he said, people see their friends and try to measure their lifestyle with their friends' own. Know that this life is an individual journey. Don't try to copy anybody. Look for strategies that work for you. For people that are still in school, don't try to follow people to do things. If you know going to class works for you, go to class. If you know sitting at home and reading your book works for you, do it. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure, and always put God first in everything you do. And lastly, according to what he said, always remember where you're coming from. Remember people that have helped you in the past, and always remember that when you get to the top, there are people that helped you get there, so you have to give back to the society.
Thank you so very much. A round of applause for them. Wow. And I believe one way or the other, these guys have spoken to us. One way or the other, I don't know. Like I said when I started out, I said, be ready to take something. Don't just come to add to the numbers. Be ready to take something. And I'm sure they might be your age mate. Some of you might even be older than them, but then somehow they have advanced to a certain level in life that it won't be out of place to take advice from them. And they have given us a piece of their minds. And I want us to take a cue from all they've said. Today, they are here. They are being celebrated. They could have been somewhere else. But today, look at how far they have come. And I want us to also look at your individual lives, your personal lives. I understand the craze or the craving to go abroad, but that's not the end of it. There are miscreants abroad, if you do not know. So please, as the future of this nation, I implore us, just like they have said, put God first, stay focused. You have to be hardworking. You cannot trade hard work. You can't. Yes? And you learn a skill. Fantastic. Just like Ahmed, you learn a skill. Nigeria is getting to that point where entrepreneurship is the next big thing. You learn a skill. Everything is no longer in the classroom. You need to go out and learn something with your hands. And that is the gift that God blesses. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm sure our sound will not reflect in the photograph. Please, a round of applause for them. Please, come on. Wonderful. You know, I picked a few points from some of the things they said. Doing said, know the rules and play by the rules. You know, by the time you do that, success is assured. Okwe, he kept mentioning hard work. He said, hard work and dedication pay. And one thing Ahmed said that amused me, that if you fail, you will face tanke. So I don't know where you will face if you fail. So please, strive to be successful. All right, and don't forget God, be focused. God bless you. Please, a round of applause for them once again. Thank you. All right, while the session was going on, one of our ambassadors came in, Mrs. Tokwe Olushola. Please, ma'am. All right, just signify, you're welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much. All right, please, they said something. Everybody wants to go out of this country. And I said it before they even came up. I know a lot of people want to jar. Please, some of us, let's remain now so that we can build this nation, you know, to the level where those nations that want to run to, you know, are at the moment. And I remember some time ago, I traveled out of the country too. And by God's grace, I traveled to Benin Republic. Yes, now. What I like to know, there's a border. The moment you cross the border, you are in another country. Then, as small as Benin Republic is a little organized. One of the days, I was strolling out. And I saw a zebra crossing, you know, at the point. I wanted to cross. The moment I just stepped on the zebra crossing, the lines, the vehicles stopped. I said, wow. I crossed. I came back again. You were not speaking French with me. Okay, go now. They stopped. Then I came back to Nigeria. I wanted to do the same thing. My brother, the moment I got to Maryland in Lagos, the moment I stepped on the zebra crossing, the first voice I heard was that of an Okada rider. I said, what? Then the next voice I heard, a Danfo driver. He said, one by something. Then the mistake I now made was to report them to the policeman. I said, sir, can you imagine these guys are harassing me because I stepped on the zebra crossing? The man said, hear yourself. Hear yourself. You step on the zebra crossing. You be zebra. Then I know that some things are doable in other countries, but in Nigeria, we're a great nation. Come on, if you love Nigeria, round of applause for Nigeria. Come on. There's no country we can call our own. Even when we go, some of us will come back, some of us will stay there, maybe, but please, there's no place like home. So right about now, we are moving to the next level, and I have the privilege to call on the first speaker. The first speaker for today is Mr. Onifade Olarotimi. Is an entrepreneur and founder of the New Link Garden Estate, a one-stop real estate company in Lagos. He's a motivational speaker and has a first and second degree in marketing management. A strong advocate of organic business growth, zero capital business startup, which is zero capital business startup. A very passionate believer of the Nigerian project. You see now, somebody who is passionate about Nigeria. A political enthusiast and analyst. Olarotimi is happily married to Taiwo Onifade, and they are blessed with 2 beautiful daughters. Wow. Oluwalonimi, that's actually the name of my daughter too. Wow. Oluwalonimi and Oluwatoke. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mr. Onifade Olarotimi. Come on, you can do better than that. You can do better.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Greatest Nigerian students. I have a lot of good memories about Yaba College of Technology. I remember when I was in university, we came here for a competition, and National Best Marketing Student Competition. I represented last student. When we got here, we were lodged at a Unilag guest house. A young girl from Yaba Tech came first throughout the country. Give them a round of applause. I want us to specially appreciate the organizers of today's program, Rose of Sharon Foundation. Can we give them a big round of applause, please? And I equally want to appreciate everybody seated here, man. Good afternoon, man. Good afternoon, man. Good afternoon, sir. I want to appreciate every one of you seated here as well. Give yourself a round of applause. I have a very short time, and I will try to do justice to what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk for 20 minutes about starting up a business with zero capital. I'm sure a lot of us will be wondering, how can you start a business without having a dime? Is it possible? Because we were taught in our elementary management business studies that we need 4 factors of production to start a business, which is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So how can you start that business without having a dime? First of all, I would like us to dissect what capital is. What is a capital? According to Business Dictionary, capital is wealth in form of money and assets. So now, I want us to focus our attention to wealth in form of money and assets, which means that capital is not restricted or limited to just money. Capital includes also assets. Okay, what can we regard to assets in business? Do you know anybody, does anyone have an idea of what we can regard to an asset in business? If you want to start a business, what do you need to have, even if you don't have a dime, to start up your business? Very good. That my sister said idea. Idea is the key thing to own before you can start any business. Because business did not start when you have started laying bricks and mortar to build a wall to start selling rice and beans and all that. That's not when business started. Business actually started when you conceptualize what you want to do. That is the idea stage, idea generation stage. So, the moment you have an idea of, okay, this is a problem that I need to solve, you are already in business. Like my brother rightly said the other time, that a lot of people are trying to travel out of this country. Do you know that's a problem already? How can you help them solve the problem? They start looking for processes on how to apply for visa for someone. Because that's the biggest market in Nigeria, whether you like it or not. Why? Because our leaders are not getting it right. Do you know what Rose of Sharon Foundation is doing right now? They are investing in human capital. Which means that that's the greatest investment that anybody can make in any nation. You don't need to even have anything. You don't need to have any natural resources to run a nation. You just need human capital. You need you and I. And if we can survive together, that means we have to do business together. We are already running a nation. What does Dubai have? Nothing. Even UK, that small island that almost ruled almost 2/3 of the entire world, had nothing. But what revolutionized the United Kingdom was Industrial Revolution. You know, they had people who are idealists, who are deep thinkers, who saw a problem that, okay, we can't just keep doing this the same way. We have to take it to another level. So they started multiplying their production rates, and eventually they invaded almost every part of the world. So what you need to start a business is idea. After idea, what else? Who else can suggest anything else to start a business? Business plan. Okay, business plan is now taking the idea a step further, putting it in a blueprint format, articulating the ideas that you have had, probably in your dream, putting it in black and white, so that anybody who does not know you, once they read your business plan, they can relate with your business and they can believe in that business. You must be able to articulate it. You don't even need to go to school to do a business plan. If it is fish that you want to sell, you know that you need a hook, you need to go to a river, and you need to start dropping it, waiting for a prey to eat the meat, then you start bringing out fishes. Because one of my brothers once told me that for you to survive as a great businessman, you need to first of all be a great fisherman. And we cannot relate with the story of Peter in the Bible. Even though he has toiled all night, he had no fish, nothing. But when Jesus came, I don't want to sound too spiritual, but I'm just trying to relate with, you have to know how to fish. Because if you give a man a fish, he will feed himself. But if you teach a man how to fish, he will feed his entire family and himself, even when you are no longer there. So you need a good business plan to also start a business. Apart from business plan, what do you think you need again as a capital, as an asset to start that business? Talent. Knowledge. Okay, knowledge. Yeah, knowledge. Having knowledge will help you to also generate an idea. You understand? But you need talent. If you don't have anything, if you have talent, you should start thinking of how to transform your talents into a full-time resources. So you also need talent. These are the things that you need. Another thing that you can think of as an asset, which is the greatest of them all. Who else? Does anyone have any suggestion? Passion. Very good. You have to be passionate, but that's not the greatest of them all, but that's very good. You have to be passionate about your idea. How can you generate a passion? How can you develop a passion? The way you can develop a passion is by seeing a problem that you feel so much concerned about, and you think that you are the solution to that problem. Like my doctor said, he said when he was in medical college, that he saw that there is vacuum in neurosurgical departments. So he felt that, okay, instead of going to medical lines where everybody is there, I need to go to the surgical department. Then I need to try and create a niche for myself where a lot of people have problem issues in. He identified the problem and he volunteered himself as a solution to those problems. So you must develop a passion to the problem that you think you can offer to the society. But the greatest of them all is goodwill. Who can value goodwill in business? What is the value of a man's goodwill? Or what is the value of a businessman's or a business organization's goodwill? Do you know okay, what is goodwill? Goodwill is those forces that generate sales for an organization. But don't think because you become a businessman or a business owner that you can develop goodwill. You can start building your own character and integrity in your own small confined space. What can your family members say about you? Do they believe in what you do? If you are in business and your family member cannot patronize you, forget it, you can't survive. Because they know you better than outsiders. So you must deliberately develop yourself a good character and integrity. You must say a word and people must know you for your word. People must be able to hold you by your words. Until you get to that level, you are not in business yet. What am I saying? You don't have to promise people what you cannot deliver to them just because you want to get their money. Ensure that you can start so small and build yourself gradually. Promise only what you can do and try to even do better than you have promised your clients. If you have all these things intact, believe me, you are already set for business. That means you are already a fertile ground for any investor to come in and tap into. But unfortunately, in this part of the world, nobody is going to come and invest in your own business, no matter how brilliant your business plan is. Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you are in business here? Can I see your hand up? How many of you are self-employed? It doesn't matter whether you're a student or not. Okay, just few of us. For you to be a very successful entrepreneur, you must start early. It is never too late. From primary school, if possible. I remember when I was in GSS 3, my personal bicycle, I was renting it out to my friends and I was making money from it. I'm telling you, after a while, when I realized that my mommy got to know about it and she was very fond about it, I sold the bicycle, I bought a snooker board with the money I've saved, and I started doing snooker board business without her knowledge. From GSS 3, she never knew the kind of money I had, even as at then. So you must start very early. I expect everybody here to be in business already. But if you are not in business, it is never too late. You can start now. So, how many of you seated here have benefited from loan from a financial institution in Nigeria? Nobody. Okay, you must be very lucky. Do you have a connection somewhere? Can you tell us your story, please?
When I was serving, I applied for this GEF, Graduate Entrepreneur Fund, through BOI, and I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Wow, I'm clapping for you because you are one of a kind. Out of how many people here? Out of how many people here? Do you know Bill Gates just walked into a bank and explained his ideas to the financial institution, and eventually he was able to articulate it. There are better people better equipped in terms of business ideas in Nigeria, but today they have never had access to Nigerian banking law. It is almost impossible. Even if you are opportune to have access to bank loan, I will advise you to desist from it. The best way to start business is to start with your own money. Because there are three major ways to generate capital for a new business. One of them is this: personal savings. That is the greatest of them all. The second one is loans from family and friends. And the third one is through investors or financial institutions. That third one is a no-go area for a new business owner. That is why you need to look inward, because if you can start your business with what you have saved yourself. Okay, let me give you an analysis. I'm sure we all know number line here. You know, when you are drawing a number line, you start from minus region, the negative region, then zero, then positive region. those numbers on that on the negative region, those numbers are the starting point for people who have borrowed money to start business. That means if you have borrowed money, even from family and friends, that attracts no interest, that means you have started from the negative region, from minus. And if you are, God forbid, if we are so unfortunate that we actually borrow money from bank in Nigeria, you can relate with the story of Innocent Motor and GT Bank. You can see the way they are trying to milk him down to ensure even the business that we are all proud of, that in Nigeria is manufacturing an automobile, as a Nigerian, we are all proud of it. You can see the way they have ensured that the business actually, and GT Bank happens to be one of the biggest banks in Nigeria, if not the best at the moment. If GT can do that, imagine what other banks will do. Imagine people who don't even have a voice, that have suffered from banks because even Bible says that the lender is a slave to the borrower. So, okay, the borrower is a slave to the lender. I'm sure you all understand what I mean by that. So, the best way to start your business is to what? Save from your widow's mites. No matter how small you earn, I'll teach you the principle of saving. No matter how little you earn, how you can save from it. I'll tell you the principle. But if you can save, no matter how little you earn, you see, the richest man between somebody who is earning 50,000 and somebody who is earning $1 million, who do you think is the richest among the two of them? Somebody who is earning 1 million naira. Okay, let me give you another scenario. Somebody earning 50,000 naira, and by the special grace of God manages to save maybe 15,000 naira every month. That is about 30% of his earning. And somebody who is earning $1 million naira, and by the special big manism status that he has, is still borrowing about 50 or 100,000 naira after his salary every month. Who do you think is richer? And do you know the problem is that in Nigeria, the more you earn, the more you spend. Because immediately people hear that you are now the MD or the branch manager of that first bank, people start bringing all their problems onto you, and they make you feel they make their own problems for them. Because the way they will present the problem to you, you'll be feeling guilty within you every time. This person came yesterday, I couldn't pay his children's school fees, I couldn't pay his house rent. You'll be feeling guilty. So, and a lot of people who earn more, they even, because of social status, because of living like the Joneses, Me Too syndromes, they want to spend and live so large so that people can respect them. Until you realize that it is not the kind of clothes that you wear that earn you your respect, you have not started business. You must be able to cut your coat according to your own cloth. You must be able to live your own life, not your neighbor's life. So, what I'm saying in essence is that when you own a business and you think that when you have an idea and you want to transform the idea into a real-time business, what you need to do is to, first of all, no matter how small or how little the amount of money, your daily life survival's cash is, you can still save out of it. Because even if you don't have that money, do you think you won't survive? You will survive. If you have talent, if you don't have a job at all at the moment, you can even go to your uncle's house, start washing his car, start serving him, adopt a mentor. By the time you adopt a mentor, you don't expect anything in return at first. But because you have developed the talent of hard work, because you need two things to survive in Nigeria. You need mental strength and physical strength. Mental strength is your mental intelligence. You understand? The way you are able to make right decisions at time. So, by the time you are serving your mentor, you are washing their clothes, you are washing their cars and all that, they may not even appreciate you, they may not even give you anything. Don't expect anything in return at first. But by the time, after a period of time, I'm sure you'll figure out where your talent really lies. Then you can commercialize that talent. Then before you know, you start earning little by little. As you start earning, you create 5 jars. Even if you have 10,000 naira this month, you remember that last month you were not earning anything. You were still surviving. Out of that 10,000 naira, create 5 jars. First of the jar is if you are a spiritual person, probably you are a church goer or a Muslim that live in Sakat, you can just separate 10% of that 10,000 naira for religious purposes. If you are somebody that you think that already, no matter how little what I'm earning is like what our mother is doing here today, extending from our own wealth to others to change lives. You want to also offer out of the little that you have to people. You can also separate a very small portion of that you're earning for that purpose. That's the second jar, that's the offering. The principle is that if you are earning 20,000, for example, per month, and you say that 1,000 naira is what I have separated for charity purpose. Even if somebody comes to tell you that my child is dying, by principle you are not meant to touch the 90%. Because with or without you, the child will die or survive. Do you understand? There are some exceptional situations, but I'm just telling you, you have to be very, very principled when you are following this principle of 5 jars. Then the third jar is savings. Before you spend, save first. Don't spend, then start saving. Save before you spend. Okay, if we can borrow from biblical principle, you remember when Pharaoh had a dream and he was looking for an interpreter and they called upon Joseph. He said there will be plenty for 7 years and there will be famine for 7 years. What did he advise them to do? Save 20% of your grains for the next 7 years. And afterward, when there is famine, then you can now recall your savings for the famine period. So I will advise, if you can borrow from that principle or wisdom, to save 20% of whatever we earn. You can now determine your own savings by yourself anyway, based on whatever you are earning. So then the fourth jar is your investment jar. No matter how little the money you are earning you think it is, even if it is pocket money from your parents or your guardian, you must ensure that you make provision for investment. Do you know the difference between investment and savings? Investment means that a money that you have separated from your earnings to work on your behalf while you are also doing your normal daily duties. So you must ensure that no matter how little you have, you separate a portion of it for investment purpose. You can buy shares. You can start, for example, I'm a real estate person. I have a program in my company that even if you have 1,000 naira per day as savings, you can be bringing it every day. For 365 days, you are a landowner already. You have half a plot. As little as 1,000 naira. That program is specifically designed for people who don't have much. Just do something every day. Make sure you earn something every day. Imagine these car wash guys. If we don't create that program, how would they buy their land? And how would they start building their own houses too? Sometimes some of them take home 4,000 naira, even 5,000 naira or more. But because if there is no Nigeria, our government will not cater for anything. You have to cater for yourself. And there are a lot of other real estate companies that are doing the same. Bring little. You're already a landowner. It may be 2 years plan, it may be 3 years plan. But start saving little by little. If you have up to 10,000, you can walk into a stockbroking firm, you can buy a shares. Then the fifth jar. I'm sure that's what you have been waiting for, and that's your first jar, I'm very sure. Is the expenditure jar. That is the last jar that you should cater for out of these 5 jars. You must make sure that after you have saved, after you have invested, after you have given out to charity, after you have also paid your tithe or your zakat, then you can now think of what you want to spend every day. Because the money will never be enough. Even if you are earning $1 billion, I can assure you it will never be enough. Because there will also be a corresponding needs against your own earning. So you must ensure that no matter how little or how much you earn, you make provision for all these 5 jars. After a while you are saving or while you are doing what you are doing, it doesn't mean you are derailed from your goal. What you are doing at that point is that you are surviving. Do you understand? You are washing car now at the car wash. It doesn't make you any little or any worse than anybody that is working in the bank. You know what you're doing. You know where you're going. And your eyes is set towards that goal. You are only surviving. You know that eventually you want to own a car wash tank. So after a while, with proper planning, you can save for yourself the capital you need to start your own business. By saving for yourself, starting from your own hard-earned money savings, that is organic growth. And that's the best way to start a sustainable business. Because if you fail at that point, you know you owe it to no one. Because you have done what? You have done everything by your own self. That means you are self-sufficient. It requires a lot of hard work and self-discipline. And it requires a lot of determination.
I want to share the story of Thomas Jefferson. I'm sure we cannot really have it. Thomas Jefferson once built a big business empire. And suddenly, he was called that.
Okay, let me just quickly round that up. Thomas Jefferson built a big business empire. And one day they called him that the business is in flames. That there is serious conflagration at his factory and all that. So he rushed down there with his family and kids. So when they got there, all of them were like, wow, everything that this man has built coming down in flame. Do you know what he said? He said, he called his family and his children that come and see this beautiful flame. This flame that you are seeing has afforded us the opportunity to start afresh again. If we can build this, definitely we'll just go back to drawing board and start afresh, and we'll definitely surpass what we have built today. And that was how he was able to manage that crisis. And no headache, no hypertension, no nothing. So there is 3 words I want to share with you. If you can dream it, will it, then do it. Don't just dream it and keep it there. Dream it, wish it, then do it. Thank you very much.
The 3 words, please. Come on. And the 5 jars. First jar. Come on now. We wrote down things. First jar. Second jar. Third jar. Fourth jar. Fifth jar. Thank you very much. Shows we are good students. Please, a round of applause for yourselves, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, our next speaker is Mrs. Damilola Ewako. She's a graduate of Bangkok University, where she bagged a BSc in computer science technology. She delved into business while she was still an undergraduate and continued building a business even after graduation. She started training others to run their own business while she was running her NYC program in Calabar. She was convinced she wanted to be an entrepreneur, so she never picked up a white-collar job. She ventured into online business 7 years ago and has grown several businesses online, including importation, exportation, real estate, and drop shipping. She currently runs the Billionaire Brand Academy, where she teaches and guide people on how to start a business, how to grow their business, and increase their streams of income. Damilola is married and blessed with 4 adorable children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mrs. Damilola Ewako. Come on.
Hi everybody. Hello everybody. All right. First of all, I appreciate the fact that there are a lot of females here. We have more females than male. That's absolutely amazing. I'm happy that women want to do this more. I'm a woman and I know what this has done to me. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about mini importation, but looking at what this program is about, the mindset, and I think that is where our problem lies as Nigerian youth. It's our mindset. I have been privileged to live in the US for a couple of years, and I noticed that so many high school dropouts still end up being successful. Why? It's their mind. And that's the problem that most of us is having, is your mind. Now, I'm here today, Mrs. Alakija's foundation. I've followed her for years. the third richest woman in the world, and she's the only African, on that list. The day I was going to watch the video, everybody was expecting Beyonce was going to be there, Kim was going to be there, or one of her family members, but they didn't make the first three. This Nigerian woman made the list of the first three. Now, I haven't met her to talk to her, but I know that what she is today, she conceived it in her mind somewhere. See, success doesn't stumble on you. If it stumbles on you, you will stumble out of it. That's why you find out that there's so many rich men whose kids did not grow up to be successful like their fathers. So if it's about the money, then we should know the people that are going to end up being rich because their fathers was rich. So if somebody who had nothing can grow up to be rich and successful, it means that it's not about money. Now, I knew this was what I was going to be doing, so I finished with a 2-1 from school. Because I finished from Babcock University, like the first set, we had offers to work in bank and all of this, and I told my parents, I said, I've studied people that end up being rich. I love luxury. I love to have my time. I love to be able to do things. I love to make my money and spend my money, and those people are not in the offices. I don't tell you not to pick up a career. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I don't want to do that, and I don't see success in that. If you find a wealthy man who is a salary earner in Nigeria, he's probably worked with the federal government, local government, or state government where he has embezzled money 90% of the time. That's the truth. So if you really want to do that thing, entrepreneurship it is. And you guys are so lucky that you're starting now. While I was in Babcock University, an average Babcock student was from a comfortable home. So I didn't go into business because I was broke. I went into business because I just loved it. I started selling beddings in school. I looked at my friends' duvet. They used to travel out then. I hadn't started traveling out when I was in school. I looked at the duvet and then I went home to tell my mom, this is what it looks like. And they don't get it in Nigerian stores. They have to travel to bring it in. And then I started making it and bringing it to school. Customized to what you want. My father supported me, and then it was not even allowed to sell things in my school. My father would come with the bags and then he would say, I want to change my daughter's beddings. So I would take it in as though they were mine, but meanwhile I was going to sell it off to people. I was learning a process. By the time I was graduating from school, my younger brother, who happens to be my only sibling, wanted to travel out of the country. He didn't want to tell my parents. We were just two. So my father was not going to allow anybody out of his sight. I paid his school fees, I paid his tickets, and he went without telling my mom or my dad. It was joy for me. And when I looked at it that, so I can do this on my own. So it means that I can step out there and take the world by myself. So when I went for youth service, I was always quick to tell people, you don't have to finish from here. And everybody was talking about, I hope they retain me where I'm serving. I'm like, for how much? And they're like, the salary is about 50,000 naira for a very good company. That was in 2006, less than that. And I told you, I said, okay, if I tell you that a few months ago, I had over 500,000. Oh, because you went to your private university, your parents are lucky. You are lucky. Somebody still told me that today. If you're lucky and you're not prepared, you will have the money and the fame for that moment, but you will still go out of it. It will still drain. So you need your mind to sustain whatever it is. Now, in my own coaching line, I tell people, I take you through a process, a mind work, a body work, and a money work. Understanding the fact that what you need to be successful in life is not just the money. Your mind has to be in a good place. Your body has to be in a good place before your money can make sense. If your mind is not in a good place, you will make the money and lose it, make the money and lose it, make the money and lose it. So I went into online business. I signed up on Facebook about 11 years ago, and then I saw everybody then, was socializing and all of that, and then I thought, okay, there's something else we could be doing here. Why? Because my mind always looked for money. My father used to tell me that I liked money too much. anytime we're having a conversation, I am looking at your suit. It looks lovely. I love the patterns on it. I'm looking at how I can create something that looks like that and exchange it for money. I'm thinking about money. I don't have any apologies for that. So when I went into Facebook and I saw what everybody was doing, I thought, okay, if I can post my picture and you like it, I can also post an item and you like it and you buy. I didn't have any mentor. I hardly see people do it around. That was about 8 years ago, and that was how I started. Okay, because I went to Babcock, I had been doing business in school. People around me knew I was doing business. So the first time I posted something online, I got people paying for it even before it was delivered. Why? Because they knew that I had a background in entrepreneurship. You can start from now. You are building something that is going to go 100 years ahead of you, and you want to finish from school, pick up a job, retire, and then start your business. Really? Do you actually think you have that luxury of time? It's a process. Success doesn't jump on you. You need to grow in it. So you're doing something for yourself right now. Everybody's seeing you doing it. Trust me, you're going to fail 1 or 2 times. That's not the point. You have a goal. You have a why. And that's what I tell people. Why are you here? Why do you want to learn how to do business? Why did you sign up to this foundation? Why are you doing what you're doing? That reason, if you don't define it, you're going to mess up somewhere. But when you have that reason in front of you, no matter what happens, you know where you're going. I have 4 beautiful kids and I want to give them a life. Those kids push me every day, even if I don't want to work. I think about them, I think about the kind of life I want them to have and the kind of life I want to give to other people. It makes you keep going. So you have a reason. If you're going to do business online, I'll tell you the truth, be ready for it. It's not the way people make you feel it is. Oh yes, you just come there, once you believe you just do it and it works. There are downfalls, okay? I've had my own fair share of social media business downfall. Where you have a problem, people pick you out on Facebook, they call you a scam, they call you all sorts of things. But I'm still there. I'm still selling, I'm still buying, I'm still pushing. Why? Because the reason is right there in my mind and I won't let it go. So I feel like I can pour the whole of myself into the very young people. I was looking at this girl from afar and I'm like, I wish everything I know right now, I can just put it into you like this and you grow in it like this. Understand the fact that you are getting a degree because you have to get a degree. It doesn't determine anything. I had a degree, computer science tech. I never worked with it. I have never used that certificate. I can't even remember where my certificate is right now. That's true. And I have never had to use it. Some people will have to use theirs, but your mind. My father told me, he said, if you knew you wanted to do business, why did we spend so much money in Babcock? You should have just gone to a regular school and then I know that I'm not wasting money on you. I said, if you're still with me in the next 10 years, you will know you're not wasting. Both of them are not here right now, but I know that anywhere they are, they look at me today and they know they have not wasted money. And that is what I want you to do for yourself. Now, I said I'm happy that I can see females here. Do you know why? I can't talk about business without talking about my life, and it is all encompassing. I have 4 kids, and in the process of time, at some point, I was out of marriage, meaning that I was a single mom, single-handedly raising 4 children. I didn't know I was going to face that part of life at all. I grew up in a closely knitted family. Even my grandparents were not polygamists, they were not divorcees. So I didn't have a history of that. But that was what life put into me. And I had to walk out of an abusive relationship. Why was it easy for me? Because I had a financial backup for myself. I could move out of it. I could take my kids along with me because my mind already told me that there is nothing a man can do that I cannot do. There is no money that is labeled man or any money that is labeled woman. Everything in life is labeled human. We are just human. But it was in my mind. And it was easy to take those kids, take them along, traveled out, had my kids in the US, all of that single-handedly. At that time, I had even lost my parents. It was in my mind. I knew it was possible. Trust me, I tell myself anything is possible. It really doesn't matter. I just need to know how it works. So that is what, if you don't go home with anything, see, there are businesses out there. Nobody really needs to teach you how to do business. But what is going to make that business last and thrive is what you really need to learn. If I give you ₦1 million today and your mind cannot contain it, before you get to that gate, you will be back to zero. That's the truth. You will pick up your phone, go to Instagram, go to Gigi and order everything orderable. ₦1 million is gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you have a mind to create wealth, if I give you 10,000 naira, you will double, triple it. Okay, so mini importation, that's what we're talking about here. So let me just do this briefly. Mini importation is importation in small scale, all right? And is importation from the comfort of your home. And like I said, I love comfort. I love the fact that I can work without having to leave my home, leave my kids, and then I still get to make money. So now, China is, I think, the largest producing company in the world, and Nigeria, on the other hand, is one of the largest consuming countries in the world. So you are lucky to be in Nigeria. Nigeria is a good ground for importation. We consume a lot, we buy a lot, even when we don't need it. It really doesn't matter. As long as they're paying you for it, that's what matters. So now, before you go into mini importation, you can order almost anything from China, aside from human beings. So anything can come in from China. And as long as it's coming to Nigeria, they are so eager to send it because they know there's a market for it. But why would she import a pair of shoes? And why would he import wristwatches? And why would she import human hair? And she's selling her pair of shoes and you're not selling your human hair, your mind. You go into business telling yourself, I feel like selling bag and shoes, as though you are the one that is going to wear it. I feel like selling human hair, as though you're the one that is going to use it. You are bringing in something to sell to people. Can you first of all know the people you're going to sell to? The people you have access to around you. I tell people, it's either you have money or you have people. If you don't have money, you don't have people. You are out of this game. So you don't have the money right now, but you need to know people, and everybody knows people. Don't tell me you don't know people. You have not just taken time to look at the people around you. Okay, I'm a student, and I happen to be one of the students that slays, like our beautiful sister here. I do too. And then you know what they wear? They wear a lot of jewelry, affordable ones, a lot of hair. So you have access to those people. Now you want to know how much do they spend on what they buy. Because you don't want to order a 250k hair for somebody who can only afford to buy 20,000 naira. That again is where so many people have issues. They've imported everything and stocked it up in their house. They don't have access to the people that can afford those things. So you first of all want to know the people you have access to. Their financial power. You want to know their sex, you want to know their age range, and that would allow you to know their lifestyle, the things that they need, the things that they would readily buy. Now, if anybody defines business to you without telling you that business is about solving problems, then there's a problem. Now, why so many people in Nigeria get rich embezzling money rather than getting rich making money or doing businesses? Because you don't have this mentality to help. If you are in business and you are not ready to help, there is a limit to how far you can go. Because you need to see a problem somewhere and you are ready to solve that problem. I make a lot of money from coaching and teaching. It started out because I was so eager to help. And right now people are paying me to help. So what is the problem you have around you? Oh, in my school, students are so busy that they can't go outside the gate to make photocopies, or they can't go outside the gate to buy certain kind of food. Then I decide to start cooking that food in my room, and then I'm supplying. I just solved a problem. And because I'm solving a problem, I don't need to beg people to buy. You see this thing that is going on online where you spend hours advertising and posting and nobody is buying, is because you are not solving a problem. You are just there to say, you know what, this is what I have, buy and I want to make money. That's not how it works. Especially because you are not the first person that is doing that line of business. You're not the first person that is going to import something into the country. So you need to understand the problems that the people around you have. Okay, I went into mini importation. The first thing I went into buying was the water filter. I understood the fact that, okay, so many people, I mean, the sachet water going on around, most of the time is just the crap. And then you have to buy bottled water, dispensers, and all of that. That is expensive. And we all want clean water. So I go on my phone, and then I check up the site, and then we get this. I think the landing cost for that stuff was about 300 naira. I don't need to beg you to buy water filter. Yeah, I don't need to cajole you into buying it. It is a problem for general people. Even a student, you want to have your water filter when you go to the bathroom, put it there and have good water run out for you. And people look at me like, we entered into this business together and you're making so much money. Yes, because I am selling reality. I'm not selling fantasy. I'm not clogging my shop with Italian shoes of 250k. I don't have people that is going to buy that every day. But I have people who will buy the filter. Somebody will come into their house to see it and ask them where did they get it from, and then tell them to buy it from me. And then it goes on and on like that. And these little things, you will be surprised at the profit margin that they come with. So look for what people need around you, and then go to the site and get them. Now, basically from China, the cheapest and most affordable site is 1688.com. That is in figures 1688.com. I'm sure so many of you must have stumbled on that. Now that you're just starting, it's always preferable to have procurement agents who would do your ordering and your shipping for you, and they make it so easy. They have companies in Nigeria, they have bank accounts in Nigeria. So you go to the site, you find a link to what you want, you send it to the agent, they order for you and then ship to Lagos. You don't need to do no clearing, you don't need to any custom thing. It gets to Lagos and then it gets to you. It is easy. Mini importation is easy. What is not easy there is, what will I buy to make money? What will I buy that people will pay for? And there's nobody that is going to teach you that. Why? Because I don't have access to the people you have. I can't tell you, buy shoes. I don't know the people you have around you. But I can tell you, look for it. Take your time. There is no magic to these things. You must be ready to work. Sit back and look. I'm going through my contacts, phone contacts, Facebook contacts, Instagram contacts, church contacts. Okay, these are the kind of people I have. When I had my first child, everybody, I mean, I've always looked like this. Now people used to ask me, you just had a baby, how did your tummy go down? I felt, okay, every woman wants her tummy to go down. So I imported waist trainers. I didn't use them. But when as a mother, I carry my baby and I hold a waist trainer, something goes to your mind. You think I have used that waist trainer to trim down my tummy. It's just like that. So I had a lot of nursing mothers around. And then we just get it and we give it to them. And they will buy it. They want to look good. They want to go back to that there after ship. So what are the people you have access to? What do they need? Now, one other thing is, look for a thriving line of business. There's a business that is already moving around you. People are making money genuinely for it. Now look at what the competitors, your soon-to-be competitors, are doing. Monitor their line of business. There must be something they are lacking on. They're not perfect. Come out, put your own business out there and cover up for that thing that they are lacking on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody is selling food around you and her shop is always filled up. You want to sell food too. Go into her shop and see what she's doing. Oh, the whole place is always stuffy. She doesn't have AC. If I open my own shop and it has the AC, and I open my own shop and it has more chairs, people are likely to come more. Do that same thing with the existing business owners in your line of business. Look for that little thing that they are not doing right. Then most especially in Nigeria, please let us put some form of perfection to what we do. Don't do business as if you are doing somebody a favor. Your packaging, no matter how little the product you're selling is, it goes a long way. There's some people that I will not patronize them a second time. Not because they didn't give me good products, but when you see the trash of the nylon bag that they have put that stuff into, I don't know what they were thinking. So you need to put in all these things. Your delivery. Don't get a delivery company that is rude, that their staffs are rude. And then the people that are paying you, they are shouting at them on the phone. No, these little things is the reason why this person is selling and you're not selling. There's no magic in it. So pay attention to these little details here and there. Little things like that. For any business you want to do in life, for anywhere you find yourself in life, it all begins in your mind. Pay attention to your mind. Now, this is not part of what I should be talking about as a business school, but I told you, I said, in my own business school, I talk about the mind, the body, and the money. Please, let's pay more attention to our body. You're working so hard. You're in school, you're working, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're all of this, and you don't pay attention to your health. And then all of a sudden, the person just breaks down, and that's the end of it. Little things that you have neglected. As you are putting money aside for savings and investments, please put money aside for your health. I lost my parents to health-related issues that was totally avoidable. So it pains me. So pay attention, because if you're not healthy, all of this money you're running after, somebody else is going to end up spending it. What's the point? So pay attention to your health, especially women. We tend to work a lot and forget ourselves. So like I said, if you don't go away with anything here, your mind, begin to picture it as you go every day. While I was growing up, I would tell my brother to hold the remote control. There was no hand phone then. And then I would pretend like somebody's calling me on the phone. Then I'll pick up the phone from him and then talk to the person and then return it back like I was the CEO walking around the house. I used to dream of the day when I will have like 10 different phones and 10 different people are calling me at the same time and they all want to talk to me. I didn't know what I was going to be buying or selling, but I just used to dream of it. And I'm here today. At the times when I have to turn off my phone, like I literally tell people, drop a message, don't call me. I cannot take everybody's calls. It starts in your mind. And once your mind has it, you are attracted to the things that are in your mind. Once your mind can see it, you are attracted to those things. The same kind of people, like she said they started an investment group, first of its kind in Nigeria, like minds. She had a dream of extra. She attracted those kind of people. People tell me, how do you do business online and you don't fall into scam and people don't scam you? I don't know. I just don't attract those kind of people. They just don't come around me. That's the truth. You work on your mind so much that when your mind sees something opposite to what it is used to thinking about, is a red flag. You don't know. You just tell yourself, and my mind told me not to listen to that guy. Years later, you find out that he was a fraudster. But when your mind wants to pick everything, any business, we just have to do it, you just have to make money. You will pick all the trash in life. It's all in your mind. And for those of you who want to travel out, amazing, wonderful. I would ask you a question. Why? The same reason. Why do you want to travel out of the country? If anybody tells you it is very easy there, they are lying to you. I have been there. I had to pay house rent $1,000 at the rate of 300 naira per dollar every month. I didn't have a job. I was not a citizen. I came in there on a tourist visa. 300,000 naira every month. It is not easy. So I'm not telling you not to go. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. You can go as far as you want to. But there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a goal. So when you get there, you just don't end up as a miscreant. You just don't end up as one of these people that will make Nigeria look like this is. I was at the airport one day and somebody said, "What country are you from?" "I'm Nigerian." "And you are so calm and well behaved. Can you imagine?" Do you understand? That is the way people see us. So if you're traveling out, I wish you all the best. But go there with the mind that money does not grow like this, so it doesn't. You have a mind, you have a focus. That mind will guide you in the right side. It will link you up with the right people, link you up with the right places. But trust me, Nigeria is a whole lot better place to make money. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not the president, I'm not trying to become one. But I'm telling you that if you put your acts together in this country, you can make a lot of money legitimately without so many. You don't need to register. How many people have registered companies and yet they are making money? So I have to round off now. Sorry, I talk a lot. This is what I do for a living. And thank you very much for listening. And before I go, let me just tell you, continue to remember, Mommy Alakija is talking about mindset, your mindset. Constantly work on it, improve on it every day. That is the wealth that you need for yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, that was a wonderful session. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? All right, because we have been sitting down for a long time now, I just want to implore everyone, please rise up on your feet. Rise up on your feet, rise up on your feet. Thank you. Some people are not standing up here too. Nigerians, I know we are very obedient. Let's reduce the noise of those chairs. All right, let's just stretch, let's stretch so that we can be awake again. Can be awake again. All right, thank you very much. All right, please let's have our seats. Let's have our seats. Are we having a wonderful time here this afternoon? Come on, let me get the feedback. Are we having a wonderful time? All right, so please don't be in a hurry to go. You know, after the whole session, there is RSVP for everybody. In Nigerian parlance, is rice and stew very plenty. So please be relaxed, no tension. You'll be fed and you'll be fed up. Don't worry. All right. So right about now, I want to move on to she just came to talk about mini importation, and most of the mini importation, at the moment are done online. So the next person I'm bringing up, is by the time I read his profile, you will understand more. Then you'll be able to link, his services to what Mrs. Cole just finished speaking about now. So right now I have with me to come up stage Michael Osamudia Mesalami. He is an engineer turned tech geek. He graduated from University of Benin with honors where he studied petroleum engineering. He has certifications in digital marketing, inbound marketing, AdWords. As a Google digital skills trainer with EduBridge, he is passionate about helping businesses discover and harness the opportunities on the internet. He also works with job seekers to increase their employability by acquiring digital skills. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's do it what we have been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me, Mr. Michael Salami. Come on.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Or are you tired already? All right. Actually, I failed to update him that I'm actually standing in for someone. My name is Michael Agbola. I'm standing in for Michael Salami. So I think I need to share my own profile myself. Okay? All right. So I'm a digital skills trainer with EduBridge under Google, Nigeria. I'm a web designer. I'm a digital marketer. And I work as a brand manager for a telecommunications company in Lagos here. And a power company as well, people that sell inverters and batteries. All right, so I'm here to talk about digital marketing. How many people have heard of digital marketing before? The word digital marketing. Of course, definitely, because most of us are in a category called digital natives. Because most of us are born during the time where phones, computers have become popular. So definitely, we know what digital marketing means, or we have an idea. Or we have an idea of what it means. Okay. All right. So, Digital Skills for Africa is a Google initiative in conjunction with various training partners, which aims to equip people living in Africa with digital skills. So we do this training a lot, and over the past 2 years, I've been training businesses, I've been training youth, and we've had a lot of success stories. And one of the things that we like to do is like to help youth, especially develop their career, or some of them that have businesses, to get engaged with digital marketing, and this can help them go a long way. Now, I told you that I'm a digital marketer, I'm a web designer, and I'm also a digital brand manager for a telecommunications company. But I'm not always like that. I studied chemistry from Lautech. How many people know Lautech? Okay. So when I got to Lautech, we did orientation, all this 100-level orientation, chemistry. And they called us, they showed us on the slide, as a chemist, you can get to work in Chevron, you can work in Shell, you can work in ExxonMobil, Those are the things that got us going. Yes. When I'm through, I can apply to Chevron, I can apply to Shell, I can apply to ExxonMobil, and they'll be proud to have me. Not knowing that there are so many graduates outside there. Also hoping. We never knew. They lied to us, but I didn't know that until I got out of school. And that is why I want to challenge you this afternoon. It's not all about what you study. You have to be so flexible. I think I forgot to mention, I'm also a motivational speaker. So, I combine everything together. So I will be doing training on digital marketing, and I will be motivating you as well. So, but this position where I am now, I didn't get there overnight. It took times of dedication to learn. And as I told you, it's not what you read at all. It's not about what you read. There's a story of a senior friend that actually read veterinary medicine. And with the situation of the country, he applied to a telecommunications company, and he got started working. He was earning 40,000 naira, a doctor. Veterinary doctor is not actually that. Is it that? It's not that moving. It's not a business that moves. How many people have dogs here? 2 out of 2,000. How many of you have taken your dog to a veterinary doctor before? Okay. How many times? Once. How much did you pay? So it's not really a business that moves. Alright? So in the course of looking for work, he just found himself in a telecommunications company, and he started training. Most of the money that he earns, he puts it into training himself. CCIE, CCNA, and all those professional courses. After a while, because he has gotten a lot of professional qualifications, he applied to another company, and they started paying him 400,000. Right now, as I'm speaking, he's in South Africa with Amazon AWS, and you know how much they pay in dollars. Now, what am I saying? what I'm saying now is that it's not all about what you study. Study accountancy, study medicine. That doesn't mean that, because of the situation of the country, you have to be flexible. You have to acquire skills. As last speaker rightly said, it's not about what she studied. She went to Babcock and everybody expected her to go through with her course, right? But she decided to go her own way. And you going to school is not a waste. Because there are things that you learn in school that you can't learn if you stay at home. Even if it's not academic. And that's why I also need to tell you that what education is not all about academics. It's not all about chemistry. It's not all about mathematics. It's about what you pass through, the experiences that you gain, the friends that you make, the little things that you learn. Those are the things that will help you out there. All right. So that was just a little motivation. So let me go on. So I'll be talking about, as I said, digital marketing. We all know that in this world that we are, a lot of things has gone digital, right? You can agree with me on that. Now I can live stream this event on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, all right? And people in South Africa, in Germany can be watching it live. That's how wide digital has been. I have businesses that don't have a physical shop, but they sell more than people that have physical shops. All because of digital. I have people that use just Instagram, and they are making more than a salary earner in a month. I'm not faking it for you. I'm telling you the fact. And if time permits, I'll just mention some of those. I'll just tell you some of those stories. But let's just go ahead. So, introduction to the internet. We all know what internet is. We know how to use it. At least you know how to use Google. You know how to use Facebook. I don't need to train you on that. All right. So, we'll be talking about traditional marketing versus digital marketing. We all know what traditional marketing is as well. We know that traditional marketing involves advertising and reaching target audiences with the means of newspaper, TVs, and so on and so forth. Then, okay, these are the examples of traditional marketing: newspaper, billboards, TV, radio, and so on and so forth. Then, digital marketing refers to any form of advertising on the web. Sometimes when you search something on Google, okay, let me just show you a slide. Yeah. Sometimes when you search something on Google, you see results on the first page, right? Now, the page that comes when you search something on Google is actually called SERP. What do I call it? SERP. Which means Search Engine Result Page. So, when you type a query, for example, buy Nike online is a query. All right? Is a query that contains what are called keywords. All right? Now, if you type that online, on Google, it brings what is called an SERP, showing different results from different websites. Now, if you see a result, each of these are results. The first one, Nike, shop shoes and clothing, buy Nike online and so forth. They are all results. But these particular results are actually called promoted results. What do I call it? Okay. Now, under it, you can see something. I'm not sure how many people can see that. There's a small square there. What's that? AD. Which means that this particular website is running an advert to make sure that their result shows first. And when you search Google, how many of you have searched Google before and you click on number 2? Do you know what I mean? You search something on Google and you went to the second page. How many times have you gone to second page before that you didn't see what you are looking for on the first page? People really do that. And that is why for a business that wants to stay at the top of people's mind, must always be at the first page. Not just the first page, at the top, as one of the top results on SERP engine, on SERP page. Are you getting what I'm saying? So this is an example. Then when you go to websites like Linda Ikeji blog, you see different advertising, especially Jumia. I used to see Jumia a lot, maybe because I used to go to their website. I used to see Jumia adverts a lot when I go to different websites and so on and so forth. So then this is another example. When you are watching YouTube videos, sometimes you see video and they ask you to skip after 4 seconds as somebody running an advert. All right, that's an example of digital marketing as well. Now, what are the differences? Traditional marketing is costly. Do you know how much it is when you want to advertise on newspaper? Early in the year, I think January, we wanted to run an advert on newspaper. And that advert costed us 420,000 naira. An advert, full page, one day. And the funny thing is, a lot of people that advert is intended for might not even get to see it. How many people here, how many of you have bought newspaper in the last 3 months? So, you understand what I'm talking about? I'm advertising something that is meant for youth. Definitely you know that the best platform to do that is not on newspaper, because youth really buy newspaper. TV. How many people watch TV these days? If you don't subscribe to Netflix or you subscribe to
I get what I'm saying. So people really watch TV these days. So which means TV
is not the best platform to advertise, especially when you are trying to reach youth. In fact, not only youth these days, even adults. All right? So, traditional is costly. I have limited time, so let me just rush. Traditional is costly, while digital is inexpensive. Traditional is one way, while digital is interactive. When you are running an advert on radio or newspaper, you can't interact with them, or can you? You can't ask questions. But on Facebook, if you are running an advert on Facebook, running an advert on Google, you can ask questions about the advert. All right? So it's interactive. Traditional has short-time results, while digital gives you a long-term, sorry, that's a mistake, has long-term results. All right? Which means that over time, when somebody if you are running an advert and somebody likes your page, there is a possibility that whenever that person posts, even if he does not run an advert, you get to see that post. So it's long term. But if you advertise on TV or newspaper one time, one day, 5 minutes, it's gone. Okay. Then traditional is hard to measure. You can't measure how many people are watching that particular video, how many people have bought newspaper and seen your advert in that newspaper. Can you measure that? But you can measure using what is called analytics or insights. All right? Then traditional is permanent, while digital disseminates rapidly. When you are running an advert or you post something on Facebook, I can easily share it to somebody that does not know about it, isn't it? But traditional is only limited. If you go on what's the name of this station? LTV, Lagos Television, to advertise your products, will people in Anambra, will they get to see it? It's not possible. So which means it is limited, it is tangible. While digital, you can advertise to as many as everybody in the country. All right. Now, how can you get started with adverts? How can you start advertising? Now, our previous speakers have talked about how you can start a business with 0 naira, right? Another speaker spoke about how you can start, how you can get your business started by importing things from overseas to Nigeria. But you need to get your business out there to people. Because people won't just come to your house and say, oh, do you sell? You have to get it there. And you can only do that when you get engaged with digital. Because that's what we are in now. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right, so how can you get started? You need to get, the first thing is, you need to get skilled in how to run digital marketing, in how to run marketing on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google as well. All right? And to get started, you can go to g.co/digital skills. Do you get that? g.co/digital skills. Now, I'm supposed to talk more on this slide because there are so many slides in this presentation. But as I said earlier, my time is so limited. But I believe that I've been able to sparkle an interest in you concerning digital marketing. You know that all of us, no matter who you are, if you're a medical doctor, you are an accountant, do you know you are a salesperson? You are a salesman. Do you know that? Because you must at every point in time sell yourself. If you are going after a career, you need to sell yourself to people. If you want to build a business, you need to sell yourself as well. And when I'm talking about selling yourself, I'm talking about branding. I'm talking about how you package your business. And the last speaker actually talked about that. How do you package yourself? Branding is what makes your business live in the hearts of people. Why is it that when you go to a shop, a store, and you say, I want to buy noodles, they don't understand what you mean. And they will ask you, I've actually done that several times. I say, please give me noodles. They say, noodles now? Which one is noodles again? Okay, Indomie. If I say Indomie, they now say, which one? Indomie. I have to be explaining myself over and over. And that is as a result of Indomie coming first when the business of noodles started. And there's a law called the law of first to market. We talk about your advantage, especially when you are first to market in a particular area. You are the first person to start selling kuli in Yaba. You have an edge. That's the law of first to market. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, you have the opportunity of getting the skill of running adverts online to help your business or even to help yourself. How many of you know about LinkedIn? Okay. How many of you have a profile on LinkedIn? So you already know that LinkedIn is a professional social network that helps you get connected to people that might be interested in who you are as a business person or as a career person. I've actually had an experience in which somebody has a LinkedIn profile and someone from India contacted this lady and said, oh, I saw on your LinkedIn profile that you are engaged in technology and you also studied biochemistry. I'm actually working on a project that involves the mixture of biochemistry and technology. And so just because of that profile, just because of her profile, she got involved in a project, in an international project, not even within Nigeria, from all the way from India. So as I said, this is all about branding. And the way you brand your LinkedIn profile also goes a long way as well. Because right now, when you go and apply in some of these companies, especially those of you that are pursuing a career, sometimes they ask you, don't worry, I'll soon be done. Okay, especially some of them that ask you for, I'm sorry about that. Some of them that ask you for your LinkedIn profile. They go to your LinkedIn profile and they check. They actually do that. So as some of you that you want to have a career, you want to build a career, you need to leverage on this platform. It is very important. So let me come again with that link, g.co/digital skills. So when you get there, you sign up with your Google account, all right, or your Gmail account, whichever you want to call it. So you get started and you see so many courses under it. After you are through with a particular course, you get a certificate. And do you know, let me end with this. That certificate that I earned 2 years ago was one of the things I presented where I'm working right now. I never presented my BSc. I presented like up to 4 certificates. Fundamentals of digital marketing and some all these Google Ads certificates. I presented 4 of them. I did not bring along my BSc, and that was because I left it in my hometown, so I didn't have access to it. I had to send somebody to help me scan it, but the person didn't get back to me on time. But by the time they look at the certificate, they said, "Are you sure you are proficient in all of this?" And I showed them my portfolio and all of that. They said, "Okay, when can you start?" Without presenting. So it's not, companies are no longer looking for your first class. That's the simple truth. They are looking for what do you know. So it's not about you saying, hey, I graduated with first class from the University of Washington. No, it's not about that. It's about what have you learned? What do you know? There was a company that usually recruits a lot of first class some years ago. And over time, when they found out that most of these first class don't even know anything. No, I'm not, you don't get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say you should not go after first class. But what I'm saying is that when you have a first class, you should also be skillful. You should also know what you are doing, not just about theory. You should be practical as well. And you should be flexible. Acquire as many skills as you can. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I want to see you on that platform, g.co/digital skills. Get started there, and God will help all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the question that will be on many people's mind is the training free? Is the training free? Okay, that's it.
The training is free. And then, all right, it is free. And for some of you that have gone through getting a certificate, you can reach out to me so that I can add you to another training as well. There are some advanced courses too. Okay? I'm not going to leave my phone number. I will leave my email address. So for some of you that are interested, just send me a message, then we can continue from there.
Send your email. All right, it will be projected. Don't just Nigerians. Oh God. All right. I'm sure we're having a wonderful time. Are we having a wonderful time? Please don't be tired yet. All right. Please. After the next speaker, we'll be having a brief question and answer session. So if you have a question, just write it down, pass it across to me. Then we'll just quickly take a few of them, just like 4 of them. So please write it and send it across. And write who you are directing your own question to. Let's say, okay, you are writing and it's for Mrs. Cole. Just write Mrs. Cole on top. Or let me read out their names again. Mr. Unifadola Rotimi spoke on real estate. Then Mrs. Cole spoke on mini importation. Then Mr. Michael Agbola, that just finished speaking now, spoke on Google and digital marketing. Then Mr. Shola Bobani will be coming up soon. All right, but before he comes up, I want to, I'm sure all of us, we are all educated. We all went to school at one point or the other. Some of us are still in school. Some of us will still go for further studies. Everybody's attention is there. Please look at me too. I'm jealous. All right, but I just want to prove some points. In English language, they told us some things which I don't feel they are correct. I'm just saying. All right, let's just quickly test our knowledge now. You just tell me the past tense of a word, then let's, okay, the past tense of take is what? Please, let's shout it. 2. The past tense of stand is what? Then what should be the past tense of make? Thank you. Don't say move, it should be move. All right, the past tense of run is what? The past tense of ring is what? Ring. Shout it now. Then the past tense of bring should be what? Should be what? Thank you, Jerry. Then if the past tense of come is came and the past tense of overcome is overcame, then what should be the past tense of welcome? Thank you, Joe. They'll tell us it's welcome. So where's the rule of past tense there? Thank you. All right. I would have said one more, but because we are racing against time, I'm coming back. So right about now, I want to bring up the next speaker. The next speaker is Mr. Shola Bobani. He's an adept young professional with refined competencies in the areas of human capital management. This repertoire of experience is what makes him a valuable contributor to development and growth of any organization he finds himself. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, please let's welcome Mr. Shola Bobani. Come on. Come on.
Thank you very much. Again, please a round of applause for yourselves. Again, I think you guys I must say you're wonderful. See, there's something we do when we coach or when you train. From time to time, you tend to look at your audience, and what you're looking out for is how many people are sleeping. Because with that, you can determine how impactful you're getting, whether what you're saying is making sense, whether people are following. And I've been looking around, I've been looking for the people who are dozing, and they said, I can't seem to find any. Or is there anybody sleeping? Just raise your hand. Did somebody raise a hand? Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the business of the day. Yes, thank you very much. Now, you know the reason why we're here, you know the theme of this particular event. It is reshaping the mindset of our youths. And fortunately for us, you guys are here, reshaping the mindset of our youths. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. I promise I won't take much of our time because you've listened to quite a number of people and the attention span is waning by now. So I will try as much as possible to speed up. Now, every year, August 12th, something remarkable happens. Don't bring out your phones. Does anybody know? Anybody? Sir? There's going to be you're going to award. Fantastic. So we're going to award. See, I didn't even plan this. Somebody's going to go with a fat check. So August 12th. Okay, he raised his hand first.
August 12th is International Youth Day.
Fantastic, fantastic. A round of applause for this dude. Please give him his prize. I beg. Not that you now come and will lay me on the road. Now, is it not shocking to you guys that there's actually a date where you guys are celebrated and you don't know about it? How does that make you feel? It's Buhari's fault. Eh? Is who? Buhari. Eh? You don't even know that date. Is that not laziness on its own? Yes? So, there's actually a day when you guys are celebrated and you don't know about it. And I feel this is because in these climes, in this part of the world, in Nigeria, the participation of youth in most of these international events is nothing to write home about. And it is because, I don't blame us, it's because we're saddled with so much. We're saddled with so much as youths. While other countries are planning to move to Mars in 2 years' time, they're not planning to move there, they're planning to go and build. In fact, they start building. And they're planning to go there. One NASA official was saying that he wants to go and he's taking his family and they're going to Mars to go and live. Who is thinking of Mars here? Eh? I'm sure some people are thinking of NEPA right now. Some people are thinking of transport. Some people are even thinking of where is my next money going to come from? Money to eat. Because I fend for myself. Am I speaking your minds? The truth of the matter is, for every country or for every set of people, every society, when you look at the youths, when you look at the youth force of such a country, it tells you something. It tells you the future of that nation. If I look at you guys, I don't need the oracle, or I don't need to be a soothsayer to tell or to let me know what the future holds. Because you guys are the future. So get an average Nigerian, measure the mindset of the average Nigerian youth. And then you can sit down in your home and say, 10 years from now, this is the way Nigeria will be. Yes? So while you people were saying, I want to travel abroad, I was measuring you guys. And I was saying to myself, who will remain? If all these youths leave now, who will remain? He said Buhari. Buhari is old. He's not a youth. Buhari is not the future. Buhari is now. You guys are the future. And when you talk about the youth all over the world, the population of the youth all over the world is over 42% of the entire population. That means that the youth force is probably the largest. And when you look at this part of the world, that's where we live, Africa as a whole, they make up more than half of that number. Do you know why? Do you know why? Does anybody know why? Did you get what I just said? You see, in the entire world, there are more youths than any other sect or age sect. And in Africa, you have more of these youths. Countries like Uganda, countries like even Niger, close to us here. You see, they have in Niger, funny enough, I read it, in Niger, the entire youth population is close to 60%. So meaning that the youths are the ones that run those places. Now the sad thing is very sad because some of us might see it as a strength. Oh, the youth force. This should be positive. But unfortunately, in Africa, it is not. In a place like Niger, An average family is about 8. They're about 8. They just like to give birth. They just like to do it and just reproduce and just reproduce and just reproduce. They are not thinking. They are not thinking. In developed climes where they are already saying, it's one child. One child per home. In Africa, in fact, as many as you can born, just be born. But it's rather unfortunate because we are not thinking about the consequences of what we are doing. I've got 2 kids and my people still disturb me. When are you going to have more? How many? If you have more. And for me, it's no longer about tradition. It's no longer about wanting to please my parents. Because right now, they don't even contribute 1 dime to the school fees of those children. And they're the ones telling me, just 2? How many of you? I'll say, mommy, we are 4. You can do 6. Just, let me have more. Let me dance. Let me come and carry my children. I say, this man does not know Jack. He doesn't know what is going on. Because right now, the population of Nigeria, you know that we are the most populous black nation. Are you aware? We are the most populous black nation. And this year we are hitting 200 million. Can you imagine that number? Can you imagine that number? Lagos State alone is more than some countries. It's more than some countries. Iceland, I live around Yaba. Iceland, they say the entire population in Iceland is like people living at Yaba. So you all know each other. And somehow, one way or the other, you guys are probably related. And you think about it that those nations are the ones that are moving forward. And Nigeria is what? Please, is it Buhari's fault? Some people just want Buhari haters. I'm not a fan of his, but this is time for us as youths to begin. Because you see, life will throw many things at you. And you have a choice to either blame people or to do something about those things. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? You see, in Nigeria, unfortunately for us, in Nigeria, these are the things we face as youths. All these things are issues that daily we have to contend with. Corruption, bad leadership, poverty, high mortality rate, unemployment, moral decadence right now is at 0. People don't have morals anymore. And funny enough, people are not even thinking. Our system of education has failed. If it's not failing. Am I correct? Yes. I studied chemistry, sir. I studied chemistry. But now I'm a digital expert. How many of you are studying what you don't like right now? Raise your hand. I was like you, studying library science. I never loved it. How many of you? Yes? The educational system has failed us. The 6334, or what do they call it? It has failed us. There are many issues with us. Cultism, drugs. When I hear these things amongst the youths, I just, like I said earlier, you can tell the future. I don't need to look into a crystal ball. I can tell. If all these things are the things that we are having to deal with, then it tells you that, sorry to say, but we are sitting on a gunpowder as a nation. And it's so sad. And I feel for Nigeria, really. And that's the truth. Every day, because this issue of traveling out, it makes sense, Abi. It makes sense, die. It does make sense. But all these guys, they've told you, it is not greener on that side, unless you have not experienced it. Okay, you want to first go. So when you go, you now know. Okay, I should not tell you. You want to go and see yourselves. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. You are desperados. You know what they call desperados? The situation of this country has pushed you to that level. They say enough, or God don't tell us. All this one are boo-boo. We too want to go there. And sincerely, like one of our speakers said, nobody's going to hold you. But when you get there, what will you do? What will you do really? I have seen, and okay, do you know what? Go and see for yourself. Don't let me say it, because you will not, whatever I say, you just want to go. Okay, go. But really, what are you going there for? You need to begin to ask yourself some realistic questions. There are beggars in the States. Do you know? There are low lives in the States. In America, there are low lives. People who will drink, they can't even amount to anything in life again. I'm sure you say, me, when I get there in life, I'll not be like that. I'm sure you guys will not be like that. I trust you. The Nigerian blood, the Nigerian spirit. But there are many useless Nigerians abroad. Do you know that? There was this index that I stumbled upon, I think it was about 2 years ago, called the Global Youth Wellbeing Index. It was done by the International Youth Foundation. This was about 2 years ago. I don't think there's an updated version of this report. I think I would have brought it here. So this index was carried out, I saw it in 2017, and they had 29 countries. 29 countries, all these countries were there: Sweden, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Kenya, Turkey, Vietnam, India, Egypt, Russia, the US, Germany, and all these countries, what they did was, the index was supposed to look at these areas: gender equality, economic opportunity, education, health, technology, safety and security, citizen participation. Basically, those things that can help the youth to thrive in any setting. Let me ask you a question. I'm sure you guys are seeing this for the first time. Of the 29 countries, where do you think Nigeria ranked? Are you serious? No, try again. Of 29 countries, somebody said 31st from the last. Of these 29 countries, Ghana is there, Kenya is there, Nigeria ranked 29th. Nigeria ranked 29th. Now, enough of the painting such a sorry state for a nation. Enough of that. So if you guys want this report, it's actually a very comprehensive report. I can share it with the Rose of Sharon Foundation and we can send it to you guys. So now that we have mentioned all of these, we know these things. Is the only solution for your future to run to Canada? Is that the only solution? No, let's think about it. Let's be realistic. Many people, unfortunately, I don't know how many percentage of people in this room will even get to the airport. And that is reality. Many will not even get to the airport. Unless, well, maybe they want to go to Port Harcourt or Abuja. And it's reality. I'm not trying to, it's just reality. So for those who choose to stay back, what is the solution? For those that abroad will not work for, what is the solution? Do you just coast along? Do you just, whichever one comes, you will do? Or you are looking for one government contract? You are looking to become, if I can know the next governor of Lagos State, my life is okay. Are we going to continue like this? Are we going to continue this way? And I feel that today, you're being here, you need, in your minds, and I don't want you to look at those around you, in your own individual mind, you need to make a choice. Today is the day where you choose what future you want for this country. And you need, I don't want a situation where we are just offended. Because right now, the state that we are in, we are angry and we are offended. We feel offended. We feel that, this is too much. I can't take it. I want us to begin to also feel sorry. To begin to feel sorry for our parents, sorry for our children, sorry for your future. Now, if you begin to feel that way, it will prompt you to begin to take certain steps. Imagine what impact Lagos State will be if everybody here had a changed mindset. If everybody here thought about, what can I do? Whatever I want to do might be as minute or as little as nothing, but what can I do? Let me even do it. How many of us are even doing anything at all? What are we doing? The madam earlier said, solve problems. How many problems are you solving? Some of us cannot even think because we are blaming somebody who called us in this. And then we are not thinking. Where did the person get that notion from? I think it's time. I'm not, sincerely speaking, I wish that all these things I'm saying, I don't want it to motivate you and say, I'm a motivational speaker and you feel wow. I want it to inspire you to go out and do something. Look at these pictures. Which do you want for your nation? Think about it. Wherever you go right now, you're a second citizen. Wherever you go, you still refer back to home because your family members are here, whether you like it or not. Unless you are very mean and you are saying, once I leave, I don't care. Let me just go. And then you go and you will see. You see what others have seen. So what choice of future do we want for this nation? I'm talking about choices. You know, every day there are choices that we make. We make several choices every day. When to talk, what to do, what to eat and drink, who to call, choice of, you all decided this morning, what will I wear? When will I wake up? There are choices we make every day. Several choices. Who to hate or love, where to go. It was a choice this morning coming here. Am I correct? It was a choice. And it is said that the average person makes 35,000 choices in a day. Subconsciously. 35,000 choices. That's the average. One of those choices will be whether to travel or not. Think about it. I'm not trying to change your minds, but to make things right, it's a choice. It is a choice. And some of you can sit down there and feel, these people, they don't chop life. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. You don't know the struggles we've been through. You don't know the fights. You don't know the things we've had to do to get to where we are. Because we didn't give up, not just on people around us, we didn't also give up on ourselves. And we do not want to beg for bread, which is a mentality, unfortunately, most Nigerians have. Mentality of beggars, or this sense of entitlement. You must beg people for something. I'm sure some people came here thinking that, thinking that maybe Mr. Lakija will be here, I can just go and run to and say, please. I was reading a page, I think 2 days ago, and one guy was saying, please ma, I've heard about you. Please, I just want to buy Toyota Corolla. I'll be paying, sincerely, go to our page, you see it. I'll be paying in installments. And I was just laughing. This woman is not the one that will solve poverty. She will not end poverty. She can't. Even the richest man in the world cannot. So of all these choices that you'll be making every day, funny enough, one of the choices that we don't have control over is the choice of who brings you into this world. So your being born here was not something you had a hand in. You did not plan it. If it was planned, all of us would probably be Alakija's children, everybody here. We would have just gone to her, to God, and said, just put me in that woman's womb, that woman. If we could arrange it. But you are not able to choose that. And the same way you cannot choose your place of birth. You cannot choose your identity. You cannot choose Nigeria. You didn't choose Nigeria. If we were choosing countries, do you think I would choose Nigeria? But you did not. But now you're here. Now you're here. Where do we go from here? What do we do? Do we just fold our arms and allow things to just get bad? You are here for a reason. You are here for a reason. Maybe you are the change that some people they've been saying in their political parties. Maybe you are the true change. Maybe you are the next inventor of some cable transport in Nigeria that will end traffic. You need to start thinking. You need to start to put your brain to work. So talking about this shift in mindset, are we ready? So I think the first thing is that we need to re-engineer our minds. We need to what? Re-engineer our minds. The average Nigerian youth, somebody said it earlier, the average Nigerian youth has a sense of entitlement. A sense of entitlement in the sense that I deserve, or I must, and it's a general entitlement spirit that we have. You go to the eatery, the man that is supposed to open the gates, and it's something I face in my own streets. There's this confectionery, and I noticed that the first day I went there, the guy ran, opened the door. He was even almost opening the door of the car, and when I was going, he felt, he said, Oga, Sunday, and I didn't give him a dime, because I didn't see the need for it. Why should I pay you anything? But subsequently, I've been going there. As I'm coming, the guy will just be like this. If you like, go open the door yourself. Because it's an entitlement spirit. If I had given him money that day, forget it. Every day I'm a superhero. It's what we need to, the youths, you guys, it's what you need to get out of your minds. And funny enough, we are all after money. We need money, that's reality. But do you know something? She said it earlier. If your mind, because one thing you need to understand, if you are not going to take anything from me today, take what I'm about to say. You see, wealth is not in how much you have. Wealth is never in how much money you have. And that's the mistake most of us make. Wealth is here. If you don't have this thing, you will make it and you will not sustain it. Do you know there are people that even they will steal money, big money. A few years down the line, they are nowhere to be. Just give them weeks. The first thing you need to work on is your mindset. And I tell you, I've interacted with a lot of you. I am sorry to say, if you do not work on your mindset, the future is going to be bleak. That is reality. We must tell ourselves the truth. Our mindsets are so wrong. Let me tell you something, or let me paint a picture for you. Do you know that if all of us leave Nigeria today and go to America, and all American citizens come to Nigeria, do you know that Nigeria will work? Why? Fantastic. Nigeria will work. If you just, these people doing it, then the witch. They have white magic. That's what we say. That's what our parents told us. That they have white magic. But they put their minds to work. So you guys also need to put your minds to work. I remember one funny incident. Remember, most of us, we watch football, the guys. We watch ball now. Abi, we watch ball. Remember the time that Messi had a case? Messi had this tax issue in Spain, and he said they were going to sentence him. Do you remember? You know, these stars, they always have issues in Spain now. And they said they were going to send him to, I think it was 18 months in jail. And somebody came up with one funny thing online. He said, Messi is asking anybody that if you can go to jail for him, and he will pay you, how much was the money, Seth? I can't remember. I think, was it $50,000? That's just go to, he's looking for Nigerians that will go to that jail for him for 22 months. Come and see Nigerians. Somebody said, he should not pay me $50,000. Just pay me $2,000. I said, $2,000. It's the mindset. The mind is something we need to address. We cannot continue like this. You cannot continue to be like this. I also remember I remember a particular day that I think it was I was with somebody, a prodigy of mine in church. So we're going home. And I received a call, it was Mr. Lakija. So I told the guy, I said, come, I need to park home. This is Mr. Lakija. So the guy said, oh, okay. I said, is that person related to that rich woman, that Mr. Lakija? I said, that is the person, that's the one that is calling me. The guy said, he calls me brother. He said, Brashola is a lie. I said, why is it? I said, that's the person. She's the one calling me. That's the person. And you have not changed your car. You are driving this car. It's a lie. Just introduce me. Just introduce me to this woman. A youth in my church. And it's actually somebody I mentor. In fact, the way I laughed, we almost had an accident because I was just, this guy, life is not, and that is the way the average person thinks. I don't know how many people came here today thinking that Alakija will be here. Let me run to her and, you are one of them. Let me run to her. This woman must touch my future. But it doesn't work like that. You need to start to work on your mindset. And then we need to learn from the mistakes of our fathers. Most of us are not learning from the mistakes of the past. In fact, this time around we are worse. And I'm not saying, when I say learn from your fathers, I'm not saying your direct father. But I'm saying learn from your predecessors. Corruption right now is what is everywhere. And funny enough, the youths are not even saying, me, I will not go in that direction. They are even saying, when I get there, I will do more. Yeah? What did I mean? I will do more. I will die there. Why are we like this? When did we become this? I tell you, the average youth in Japan, in the US, in those civilized times, you will be shocked at what they are thinking about. And then he's there, you want to go and compete with them. You can't. You won't even stand a chance. Especially those of us that have grown up now, those of us that have seen this Nigerian life. I'm not talking about those who were born there, because you actually have a lot of Nigerians who are in diaspora, who were born there, who think the way they think. So let's learn from the mistakes of our fathers. Pastor Adeyemi once said something. He said, you see, our ancestors, our fathers, anything they could not understand, they would create a god for it. When flooding came to their city, they said, it's the Mami water, it's Yemoja. You have to worship the water and the water will stop. When thunder will strike, they say, it's Shogo, it's the god of what? Thunder. If diseases and illnesses strike, they will say, it's one god. So they were creating images for everything. But the white man came. The first time he saw flood, he said, let's build a bridge. He saw it and he said, think. What do we do to this? Let's build a bridge. Disease is killing them, Can we do research? What is killing these people? It has to be something. They did researches. They found many things and they started coming up with immunization and what have you. But the black person is still worshipping somebody. You have to put something in that calabash. Is this evil spirit? They only on Wednesdays you will see them flying around. If your child is outside, they attack him. And some of us were raised with that mentality. So we need to learn from the mistakes of our fathers. Our fathers, unfortunately, did not do well. If they did well, we would not be here. They didn't do well. So we need to learn from their mistakes. We're almost done. Then there's something I call the key. I call this the key. And I found out also that the youth in Nigeria, they don't do this. What is it? Keep educating yourself. We don't. This is far from what we do. We are even lazy in saying, let me develop my brain to the point that I am better than where I am right now. Do you know that, should I tell you something? Do you know that you can never ever grow beyond what you know? Where you are right now is a function of what you know. You can never. It's not possible. That's how nature did it. You can only act up, but you can never. Until you begin to educate yourself, expose yourself to certain things, you will not get to that level. You might have a taste. And when you have a taste, it doesn't mean it's yours. You just have a taste and it can vanish. Just like when they say it flies. Just the same way you can be walking on the road now and see money. You carry that money. And the person will say, I'm a millionaire. Or I'm a billionaire, whatever the amount is. But that's not what makes you a billionaire. It's what you do. Go and ask Alakija. Ask Mrs. Alakija. You have this money. How have you sustained it? The hardest thing to do is to sustain wealth. It's not to get wealth. How do you sustain it? If your mindset does not change, you will never sustain it. It will come and go. Come and go. This is a lesson I myself have learned the hard way. In fact, I would say the hardest way. Because I used to think like you guys. That money, once I hit like this, my own is now. Well, it's not like that. It never works like that. So let's learn from the mistakes of our fathers. Then I'll say this to you guys. Find your purpose. Everybody created has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And that is why I will always tell you guys, don't live the life of other people. It will never make you amount to anything. You will never become, if who you are following is somebody else. You are just, I want to be like this person. I want to be like this person. What happens to you is that you have stopped chasing your own life. You have started chasing, or you are rewriting the script of your life to fit that person. Why is it that all of us were not born on the same day? Have you asked yourself that question? Why is it that all of us, we don't get married on the same day? Why are there different days for different people? You can go to school, everybody does not get into school at the same time, even if you graduate at the same time. Some people will get jobs before others. Why is life like that? It's because everybody has a different timing. But here, you measure your neighbor's life with your life, and you begin to compete. That guy, we finished together. Now he has 5 cars. Me, I don't even have one. He's married. I don't have one. He has children. I don't have one. The wife is so beautiful. My girlfriend. In fact, that girl ugly. So it's about others, and it's not about you. You never considered, what is my purpose? There's a purpose for everybody, and the one who created life ordained it to be that way. He ordained it to be that way. And somebody once said this to me, and that was the day I realized the meaning of purpose. He said, you see, if your purpose is about yourself, there is not a purpose. If your purpose is about, I want to drive what's that car? Escalade. I want to. If that's your purpose, that's not a purpose. If that is your purpose in life, you are purposeless. If your purpose is not to affect lives, you see, your purpose has to be bigger than you before it is a purpose. If your purpose is just me, my family, me enter government, chop money, live life large, or I have a wife, I give birth to children, my children also give birth to children, the children, they call me grandfather, they call me, that's my purpose in life, and I die. You have failed. You have failed woefully. Because that's what our parents taught us to know. That life is all about give birth, born children, send them to school, they go to university. After university, they get a job and they start to take care of you. That's their own purpose. If that is the mentality you have, I am sorry for you. In fact, if I'm almost weeping right now for you. If that's your mentality. What happened to people who created this projector? If the man who created this projector was just thinking, let me just born, my children too, born, we all die, go. You have a purpose for this country. And you need to start to think, what is my purpose? Each time I have the opportunity to speak to you guys, I feel that for me, there's nothing as fulfilling as being able to see people seated in front of you, and then you can hold them by the hand in the journey of life. It's a purpose. And I have just realized that everywhere I have been in my life, I don't know how God does it, even in my line of work as a human resources consultant. God always links me up with people to help. So in this case now, people are looking for work, is me. People want you to come and speak at, or to motivate people, or to inspire people, is me. I see this as purpose. And with purpose, you are more fulfilled than with money. Then, lastly, I will tell us, it is good to think big. It is very good to think big. To have all the best dreams in the world. Think big. I want to become this. I want to become that. But be ready to start small. Be ready. Mrs. Alakija, 5 years ago, did you hear about her? No, not 5, maybe 5 years ago she was already on Forbes. Let's say 10 years ago. Did you know anything about her? You didn't. She had her days of small beginnings. Most of us these days, we don't want small beginnings. We just want to hammer. Just let me sing that song. I have a young guy who's on my neck right now. He just wants to sing. Although I've not heard him sing. I doubt if he's able to sing. But I've asked him once and I said, hey, what's the... I know he has a talent with the keyboard. And I said, what? He said, I said, what's your... He said, what he's just looking at? He's looking at Davido. You know, that level of... I didn't say anything. But in my mind, I was just like, God! This guy is just enticed by that realm where Davido is right now. To him, he feels that that's his life and that's his purpose. He doesn't know. So you need to start small. Starting small does something good for you. And I can tell you that my life, God is just something else. God has always started me small. God has made me to face serious challenges in life. I had to start with something as little as nothing. See, growing up, I remember when I used to go to newspaper houses and I'll say, do you know what? I can draw. Let me be your cartoonist. Let me just draw something. And then they will say, oh, are you sure? What can you do? They will give me pen and paper. I had those years. I remember the first time I got a salary of 20,000 naira. Oh my God. My whole street knew that I had a job. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. Because one thing about small beginnings is that it is in the small beginnings that you learn. If you go to big organizations, everything will be set for you. You don't let jack. But when you start small, through rough, thick and thin, you learn those little things. And those little things are the things that will keep you at the top when you get there. Thank you very much.
I believe you can do better. You can do better. All right, that was a very wonderful session. All right, right about now, I want to take some questions. I will invite my speakers. But a lot of you sent questions, but most of the questions are related. So what we just did was to, combine the questions and summarize them in a way that will be very easy for the speakers to actually attempt them. All right, please, the owner of Toyota Sienna, JJJ25AU, please kindly go and repark. It's very, very, very urgent. All right, hold on. JJJ25AU. Thank you very much. All right, one take question. Before we do it, I know some of us are tired, some of us are hungry, some of us are feeling sleepy. Am I right? Aha. You can't even pretend. All right, so we'll be rounding up soon. But before we do that, please, I would just want us to rise up on our feet once again. We are talking about reshaping the mindset of the Nigerian youth. And whether you like it or not, Nigeria is a beautiful nation to be in. Am I right? Whether you like it or not, a lot of people look forward to coming to Nigeria to come and do business because this country is a blessed nation. And in that mind, DJ will give us a wonderful song that celebrates Nigeria. Let's just shake our body a little so that we can go to the next session. All right, DJ, let's go. Come on. Nigeria is a blessed nation, so whether you like it or not, it is. So please, let's celebrate Nigeria. Let's shake our bodies so we can exercise it. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you, my speakers.
Clouds go gray.
That's the best nation on the world.